Fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, baby.
Cry, Eagles, cry.
Welcome to the NorCal Sports Network, everybody. Dan Coachmilio along with Eric Romo at the top, and in the green, Los D and Bora over there in the bottom left-hand corner. Giants take a tough one tonight on the chin, 4-3. Before we get to the let's get to the game, and then we'll get to the good stuff, which was Kyle Harrison. Giants just find ways to lose it. I felt like they were going to lose. And when you got a team like the Giants playing a team like the Phillies, and the Giants are just scuffling all over the place, I took the Phillies in the seventh inning with live betting. They were down 3-2. I just felt like the Phillies weren't going to get held down, and they're playing the Giants. And yeah, you want the Giants to win, but you also
you bet with your brain, not the heart.
With easy money out there, you kind of take it because, hey, Giants got Kapler in there, and I'm going to play a clip for you guys a little later here with the Phillies announcers. I had it on the Giants announcers the first 6 innings, flipped it over to the Phillies. Man, it's refreshing hearing guys talk not homer baseball, because they were talking about Kapler when they pinch hit Slater, and I'm going to play that clip for you. It's hilarious. So
I was listening to the Phillies broadcast too, and you guys played that clip the other day of that of Kapler getting roasted on air, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that guy was there. I think his name's like Mario or something, like his name is something, but they were doing like their broadcast booth in like left center field, and they had a couple guests.
Tonight,
and
yes.
pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure one of the guests was the guy who was flaming Kapler.
Oh, really? Yeah, they were having fun with Kapler because, they had him there for 2 years. They know what it's like. They're just like, pretty hilarious. I mean, let's see. Oh man, it still didn't download. All right, guys.
I tell you what, though, how about that? It never fails with Kapler. It doesn't matter what the hell happens. He always makes the wrong move. Every time. You got Jock Peterson, who's starting to come a little bit out of it, right? He's hitting the ball well. Last 2 games, arguably probably the best hitter right now on the Giants the last 2 games. And you pull him for Austin, for August Slater.
Great.
And what does he do? What he's been doing for the last, 2 months? Strike out.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Yep. I mean, it's just.
The infatuation with Mr. Slater continues.
It is. It's crazy.
Hey,
it's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
The Giants are like, it doesn't matter what they are doing, who's up. I'm telling you, they are like, the Giants are like affirmative action when it comes to baseball players. Who doesn't matter what your performance is, it's, are you the right job description for the game?
In other words, are you a righty or a lefty?
Yeah, are you a righty or a lefty? Because it's just ridiculous. I'm gonna let me see if I've got
real quick. Jonathan Himes, appreciate that, man. Brand new guy here, never seen you before. Appreciate you coming to the chat. Donates $5.
Awesome.
Ruben is our former general manager, and he and Angelo, the radio guy who argued with Kapler, let loose on him. Yeah, we played that clip yesterday. It was classic. It was classic. It was classic Kapler too, and it was classic. What do you want to say? Observations by the radio guys of how Kapler is. Fantastic. Thanks for joining, and thanks for the donation. Appreciate it.
All right, can you guys see that?
Yeah, we see it. You might want to turn it down though. It got sound.
It's okay. It's on Twitter.
This is on your TV.
No,
Oh.
this is on my Twitter
Oh,
feed.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you might want to just maybe talk over it a little bit while
Let
you
me
do it,
show
though,
my
just to be
Twitter
safe.
feed. Hold on here.
Yeah, you might want to play it just from your Twitter feed. That might be better, to be honest with you.
Let me go back.
Just to be safe.
Let me pull it up here again. Yeah. So you guys got to hear this because they were talking about Kapler here. And yeah, I'll play it on the small screen so it's showing it's coming off of Twitter. So here we go. So let me just pull this up here. Let me get into that. Got so many things open right now. All right. Share screen, Twitter. Okay. You guys see that?
Waiting for yep, you're good.
All right.
Hey, look at that. Who is
Hey,
those
look at
guys?
that. There it is
Who are
live.
those guys?
Look at that. Who are those guys?
Hey.
All right. So here we go. Right here.
A little kid.
Listen, guys. Listen. Wait, let me get this. You guys got to listen because this is the whole point.
All right, so Peterson is out, lefty on lefty. Slater, who's I think 0 for his last 23.
Well, that sounds about right.
And a pitch low.
Did Peterson have
Nope.
2 or 3 hits last night?
That guy was calling low
Listen-
strikes all night.
Hold on. I got to do it over again. Whole point of I'm doing this is the whole point
There it
of
is
I'm-
right there.
Hold on. The whole point I'm playing this
Right there,
is
right
so
there,
you
right
could
there.
hear the announcers. So class.
Sounds about right.
And a pitch low.
Did Peterson have
Nope.
2 or 3 hits last night?
Yeah, sure did. He's hot. That was not low. That was called a strike.
He didn't get enough hits tonight, so they had to flip, had a big shit for him.
I guess the whole matchup thing.
He had 2 tonight, 2 RBI.
0-2.
There you have it. So he had 2 hits last night, 2 for 2, home run, RBI. Tonight drives in the 2 runs.
2 hits.
2 hits. He's 2 for 3, so he's 4 for his last 5. And he brings up Austin Slater? Come on. He's 0 for 26 with 10 strikeouts, 38%, and he strikes out again tonight.
Because
So-
he's looking at big numbers rather than what's unfolding in front of him. This is the problem. This is why he needs to go. It's stupid. You could watch the damn game and get your head out of the iPad, and then maybe you make some better decisions. That's what I'm sick and tired of. I don't give a crap what he's done in the last damn 4 years. What is he doing right now? And you're going to pull a guy out who's doing pretty good, who's kind of getting out of his slump. Ugh,
That's
it's
what he
just-
does, and let's get on this. They sent down Elliot Ramos today,
Right.
who is 4 for 15 since he's come up. He's got an OPS of 953, has a homer, a couple of doubles, has like 3 or 4 balls over 100, 3 balls over 108, smoking the ball better than anybody. But because he's right-handed,
Get him out of
that
here.
is the
He's
reason. Even
Yep.
Susan Slusser somebody said, "What's going on?" He goes, "It's a simple matter of weight. Meckler's left-handed,
there
and,
it is.
and Ramos is right-handed."
Exactly.
This is what's so asinine about this team because you don't play the best guys. Just put the best guys that are hitting, that are hot.
Look at what does the Phillies do? They were facing Harrison, a left-hander. Did they pull Harper out?
They were
Did they pull
5
Schwarber
for
out?
5 tonight. They're 3 lefties against Harrison.
Exactly. It's like, come on,
5
play
for
your-
5.
because it's their best players. It doesn't matter who the hell's pitching.
That's what good teams do. This is
Are we shocked? Are we surprised?
Hell no. It's just disgusting watching this. It's
All
just
right.
day after day.
Yeah, what there's a there's really a name for this. It's they call it a clown show, right?
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Can't find the dang thing, man. Why can I never find my
It's way down below. I got it.
yeah.
It's worse than a clown show. At least clowns make you laugh and are entertaining.
I know
Go
this.
down
All
there.
this does is it's rage inducing. It makes you want to
Man.
freaking punch the TV.
Hey, it's bad. It's bad. It's just, you know.
So when are people going to start asking the hard questions now?
They won't.
They won't.
When is it gonna, when does
they're
it begin?
Kool-Aid.
They won't. If they hire us to be on the payroll, they'll get those questions, and we'll be fired like 4 days later because
Exactly.
they're too challenging
Have
of
some-
a question.
Have some damn integrity then. Sometimes, whatever. I'm not going to.
They just everything. You know, if I'm Elliot Ramos, get me out of here. Just trade me.
Yeah.
Trade me, release me.
Why? Not, exactly.
Just you don't want me in the organization. I'll find a job where I could play.
Perfect
Yeah.
example. Listen to KMBR today with Papa and Lund. They had Brundage, the AAA manager, and he was mostly talking about Harrison, but he even got into talking about the position players. He was saying that guys in the minor leagues are used to playing every day, and that there's an adjustment that they're not really being able to do because when they get into the big club, they're being platooned and they're not used to being playing every day. So you don't have those repetitions to stay fresh. He mentioned it.
These guys are never going to develop like
Exactly.
Like what's the guy? Jazz Chisholm said, "How am I ever going to learn to hit left-handed hitting if I can't
Exactly.
develop against left-handed hitting?" This is just an absolute. It's just a biggest frustration because Ramos, he's not. We don't know what Ramos is really.
Exactly.
We see flashes of potential stardom, and then we see him look not so good. But he only gets a couple of at-bats against right-handed, you know. But if they give
15
him, you know, if you judge,
like
I mean, Gabe Kapler, let me tell you what, Matt Williams' career would have stalled if Gabe Kapler was the manager.
Oh, yeah. He would have never had success at all.
He would have never had success because he would have never got to hit against lefties, and he would have struggled, and he would have sat the bench so much because there's more right-handed pitchers. And he developed after he finally took off after like year 3. But you know how many at-bats he took? Over 500. 500 plus at-bats. And then
there's no way in this day and age that no one gets that amount of run.
You don't get that. Ramos has had like he had 46 at-bats before he came up. I think he's had 60 some odd at-bats in his whole career.
Not even 100 at-bats. But yeah, you keep throwing Slater out there. What is going on here? I mean, what?
You know, this team is going to ride with the veterans. If they somehow, you watch, when September comes in 10 days, roughly, what is it, the 22nd, 10 days, whatever the heck it is, they are going to, when Pollock is healthy and Haniger's healthy, you're going to have, and if they made the playoffs, their playoff roster consists of 3 right-handed batters, Haniger, outfielders, Haniger, Slater, and Pollock, and their lefties are Yaz and Conforto.
Mm-hmm.
Book it. Their infield is Flores, Estrada, Crawford, and Davis, and their backup infielders are, did I say Flores or Wade? I said Wade, right?
Wade.
Their backup infielders are Paul DeYoung and Wilmer Flores. And their DH is Jock Peterson, and their catchers going to be Bailey and Bart. Okay. And then the next guy up is a combination. Who's the next one? The first one out or up would be either a combination of Bart or Ramos or Luciano or Schmidt. No, not Bart. I said Sable. Sable is the 27th guy. Sable or Luciano or Matos or Ramos. They're going to go all vets if they make it.
Probably.
That's why Pollock's on the roster.
Yep.
Unless they cut him tomorrow, because they got to make a move tomorrow because they got Paul DeYoung.
That is one of the reasons why I picked I don't know, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and I said they're not making the playoffs because I knew that they were going to stay with the veterans, average veterans, and they would not give the young guys a chance. If I knew that they would give the young guys a chance and come up, I might have gone the other way. But
Yeah, we'll see.
I just
I
know
did.
this organization, these two guys, they're just going to ride with the Yaz's. Wait till Yaz. Meckler could be hitting 600, and Yaz will come back in those.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now, Dan. You just even hit the nail on the head with that with the veterans, because that's the reason why he keeps going to Slater. It's because he's got the history, and he said it to Danny Emmerman, right?
Yeah.
Where is it going to be the best pitcher in the last 4 years?
Well, he's
that's
living in the
why I'm not going to. How many?
Arizona,
and he even said that.
3-0.
He even said that. How many?
Giants will be out of the wild card after tonight.
How many at bats has Ramos have had? But you never give him a chance. That's why he doesn't have very many at bats, because
they're
right
not
now
going to get chances as long as Farhan is running the show.
Exactly.
I don't even know if Kapler's making these moves. Is Farhan?
Well, he's taking the brunt of it because he's the manager.
I don't. Yeah,
I think it's like a collective whole group of people that's making one decision. There's not one person in the room that's taking charge and being like, "This is what we're gonna do."
You got 30 different.
The whole thing. Even I know the bench coach is always there to help, but I don't think Kapler makes a lot of the game decisions. I think it's Kai Correa tonight when they walked Schwarber in the 9th, intentionally walked. It was Correa that brought it up. They showed it on the bench. Correa showed Kapler, goes Kapler, and he goes, and then Kapler
And
goes.
you know what's crazy? What is Schwarber batting? I know he's a threat, but what's he batting?
190, 190 or something.
Yeah, exactly. And what does he do a lot? Strike out. What do you have on the mound? A strikeout pitcher. And you're not even putting trust in Doval at that point in time. Granted, Doval was kind of leaking oil at that time.
If there's one thing we know about Doval, though, it's that he doesn't like pitching with runners on base. He does.
No, he sucks.
It gives him anxiety.
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying.
He sucks. Yep. It's just you can't. It's a bonehead move to put a runner on base.
Well, it's a bonehead move to freaking nail a guy.
He's got to get better at that. He's got to hold runners on better.
No, it's horrible. It's horrible.
He's very predictable with how he goes to the plate.
You guys might want to check the tape in the chat, but I think his last 2 outings, and I've mentioned this in the green room before we came on, he hasn't thrown one slider. Everything is a fastball or a cutter. There is no off speed whatsoever. So I don't know if there's something going on with this. I know throwing sliders is kind of hard on your elbow. I don't know if that's an issue, but he's throwing heat, so I don't know. Maybe he just lost the feel for it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a mystery. It really.
Hey, got 96 in the chat. You guys, make sure you hit that like button before you get out of here. Appreciate it.
Farhan's not a GM. Kapler's not a manager. They're all analysts. That's all this team has. All they have are analysts. They don't have an actual manager, and they don't have an actual GM. It's not their title. I mean, it is their title, but it's not what they do. All they do is analyze the game.
Yep.
That's a good call. They should change their title.
Oh, man, dude.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we need to get to something good.
Let's get to that right now. I was just going to that. You took the words out of my mouth. Let's get to Kyle Harrison.
How about Kyle Harrison today? I'll tell you what. He did much better than I expected. That was fantastic. His job out there today was great.
Well, the stuff is there. The stuff is there. You gotta be blind if you can't see the kid's got good stuff.
Oh, he does.
But he needs to be able to go more than 3 or 4 innings. He is now relying on the strikeout too much. Once he learns to pitch to soft contact and he gets outs earlier in the count, that kid's going to be good because the stuff is there.
Well, I still think this is an act of desperation to pitch him at this point right now.
One thing we don't talk about a lot is our pitching coach, Andrew Bailey. Mm-hmm. For a while, he had a reputation of being like, oh, he takes a player from a pitcher that has struggled the last few years, turns them around, they go get big money elsewhere. He hasn't been doing that lately.
No.
Like pitchers that have come here have not learned much from him. And remember what I said earlier this year about them tinkering with Stripling and his changeup. So, we never talk about Andrew Bailey, but he kind of needs to be held accountable because he's not exactly doing right by a lot of the pitching staff right now.
Yeah, good point.
That's Harrison's going to be really good in this league, like really, really good. He's a lefty. He's an ace. He throws 97, 98. That's what he tops out at. He needs to develop a third pitch. He needs to develop a changeup.
He did throw one changeup.
He threw one. It was pretty nasty.
He threw one. He needs to throw it a little more consistently because that fastball
it'll play beautifully off of that. Yep.
Exactly. And he needs to – I'd like to see him be a little more consistent just, in the zone and hitting his spots. He missed a lot arm side, high and away, a lot. And I don't know if this is an issue or not. It might just be what it is, but his velocity is ranging a lot. Like he threw some 92s and then he threw some 97s. I don't know if that's an issue or not, but that's just what I noticed.
He might be trying to not overthrow, maybe try to pinpoint a little bit more. That's all I can think of.
Kind of piggybacking off of the Andrew Bailey comment. Patrick Bailey is going to be a big help to the pitching staff next year and the year after because he's going to know the league better. He's going to know hitters better. So he's still a rookie, and even though he's a wizard defensively, he does not know hitters quite yet. He will know them better next year, and that will help the pitching staff for sure, especially a young guy like Harrison. Like, what I kind of liked is he gave up the homer to Harper.
And he came back with a strikeout.
He came inside on him is what I like.
That was fantastic.
Not afraid to back him off as a young guy. So that shows me a little something about him. So I like what I saw from him.
It was good.
Yep.
Anything, Dan?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the last play here.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Line drive off the glove of the catcher. He got it center field. He's got the Marlins in. Here comes Sparks. He's heading home. The Phillies have won the ball game. It's a party at Citizens Bank Park. Wow. Look at the celebration. The Phillies win it 4-3 here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Watch your lips.
They're out in left center.
Yeah, there they are. Yep.
Amazing.
Crook is like, I'm sitting down still.
Baseball's a game of inches.
Yep, and that's what it was.
All right.
He thought he caught it. He thought he caught it.
That is a game of inches.
I'm going to show you this.
Catches that, it's a double play. Game's over.
I'm going to show you this. Yeah, totally. Let me show you something real close. On this play, Estrada and whoever playing short, I guess it was Camargo at that time, they're playing kind of halfway. So they're going to, if it's a chopper or any kind of ground ball that's not hit hard, odds are the runners from third's going to score. You either have to play them in or you play regular depth. But they went halfway and it cost them. Had they been regular depth, they still would have been tied. The run would have scored, but Estrada would have been able to get that ball, maybe even throw him out at first base. Watch, because let me pull this up. Oops, I got to share the screen. Hold
it's
on.
showing it.
Oh, it is? Let's get that chat.
Oh, where he was playing. Yeah, he was playing in.
Get that chat off so we can see the
yeah.
screen here a little bit. Let me go back to where the heck? Oh, I can't run it. Let me
just kill it and play it again.
Yeah, let me play it again. Okay, here we go. So this is no sound. I just
good. All
right.
Boom.
See if Estrada's back.
Yeah, he was playing up. Yeah.
He had time to get the ball and still throw him out at first. Well, that was Trey Turner. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But that was and then I went on here for about 2 minutes, so you'll get a chance to see the Giants dugout, the dejection, watching the club, some of the guys walking
Will
off.
Martinez, show your face, Rothberg. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. Hey, what's up, senior?
There's Kruk with the Phillies hat sitting down. Castellanos, Turner. They're a good team, man. Spend money. They got stars. Here we go. There's Matos, Strata.
Yeah, if you were to take the
Look at this,
Giants
what?
roster,
Who's this guy walking off right there?
I have no idea.
I don't know who that was.
That might be the Bat Boy or something.
Oh,
yeah,
feel the Philly love.
Philly love Trey.
if you were to take the Giants roster man to man versus every roster in baseball, they're definitely in the bottom third, just talent wise.
Oh,
Talent
Talent-wise,
wise,
yeah.
correct.
Just not record wise, talent wise. They just are, and that's why they were overachieving earlier in the year. But again, that being said, he catches that, it's a double play, game over, Giants win.
Yeah,
Yep.
they have
Game,
lost
game of inches.
game of inches. They have lost some really tough.
Yeah,
But you know what? It could be karma catching him because
Yeah, they
uh,
won some games they shouldn't have.
But just the equalizer, they're not a good team. They win games by
Their bullpen.
their bullpen. Their bullpen is, I one of the other things I'm going to say about this, watching the Phillies broadcast versus the Giants, there's a level of excitement like we saw it in Atlanta, see it in Philadelphia, see
They're
it in
excited
San
about
Diego.
their team.
Yeah, and the Giants, just everything about them is just the whole. There's just a, it's the front office, it's the ownership group. It just is a, they
It's
just
unexciting. It's
they're boring as hell.
Senior's bringing this up because of why weren't they in double play depth? Isn't
That's
that what
what
they
I
were trying
said.
to? Why would you intentionally walk Schwarber unless you're trying to get a double play, right?
You don't intentionally walk. I mean, there's no. Why would you intentionally walk Schwarber and then want to get a double play with Trey Turner, probably the fastest?
That too, exactly.
makes
That was
no
another
sense.
factor. I was
I
like,
would have went after him. Schwarber strikes out a lot.
he strikes out a lot.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
Doval's
saying.
a strikeout pitcher.
Yeah.
And he's a strikeout pitcher. Exactly.
And they should have went after Schwarber, and then if you don't want to, who was behind Turner? Castellanos.
Yes.
Might have been, yeah.
Okay.
Castellanos and Harper.
Yeah. So,
Ugh.
you're not
Hey,
going to.
should we get into our what our pitching lines were for Mr. Kyle Harrison?
You got him to put up, or
No, not really.
Real quick. I was in Denver the other day. I went to a Rockies game. It was Saturday night, I think. Yeah, Saturday night. Wow, that place was packed and it was rocking.
for a last place team?
I mean, it was the Rockies.
Who
Who
are
were they
Wow.
playing?
They were playing the White Sox. So no
Wow,
one.
two crappy teams.
Wow.
It was. I mean, I don't know how much that stadium can seat. It was probably 35, 40,000, and it was a party. They had music going. Everyone was into it. I mean, that it was great, and that's what the Giants don't have.
Yeah.
Giants don't have any excitement to them.
Hey, Lou, you're on some Dan. Me and Dan was helping me out, being able to watch the game on the TV. It was pretty cool. But when Kyle Harrison threw that hanger up to Harper, after he hits a home run, both Pence and what's his name? I mean, both say that was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. He hung that thing right over the middle of the plate. That wasn't a good pitch.
Buster, shut up. Stop it. So it's like it wasn't
It wasn't a
was
good
right there.
pitch. Hey, Glass Half Full, donating $4.99. Thank you again, sir. After seeing the White Sox fire the executives, I'm hoping the Giants do the same thing. It's pretty obvious to me. New leadership is needed. Good point.
New ownership is needed.
Yes.
In order to get rid of middle management, you got
to get rid of
top
that.
management.
Yep.
So,
Correct.
I don't know what these other 29 owners do. They just sit on their dicks all day and just listen to Mr. 89-year-old Johnson just kind of run the team,
I don't even know if John. I think it's his son running
It's
it
his son
now.
that's
But,
running it all. Yeah.
but I'll tell you,
guys, if I had to, I'm going to ask the chat this question: who is the leader in the Giants organization? Just type it out, whatever, and I'll ask
Slater.
you guys this too.
Austin Slater is the leader.
A lot of people are going to have different answers because
Yep.
you know what? There isn't one leader, and quite frankly, there isn't a leader in this clubhouse and in this front office. There's
Great
not
point.
one person that you report to that makes the decisions that people are afraid of. There's
Some
just
are going to
not.
say Bear, some are going to say Farhan, some are going to say Kapler,
Mhm.
some are going to say
while we're
Johnson.
talking about that, let me get this real quick. Glass Half Full donates $4.99. Thank you.
I just read that.
Glass Half Full.
Yeah, we just read that.
Did we read that one? Okay,
Yeah.
dog was barking and maybe got me distracted. But yeah, the White Sox did fire their general manager, their front office today, and they fired. This guy texts me too much. Yeah, they fired Ken Williams and Rick Hahn. So yeah, the White Sox, those guys are available. Why can't, as Glass Half Full says, it's pretty obvious to me new leadership is needed. I'm hoping the Giants do the same. Yes. Please.
Well, if Greg Johnson is number one, who's number two? Who's second in line? Because the man is 89 years old.
Who's number two?
Well, they got a group. Larry Bear. There's 6 on the board. Buster's on one of the 6 on the board. I mean, there's no way Posey likes this stuff, this ball.
No.
That's why he's here, right? That has to be
We
the
don't
reason.
know. We don't know. We have no clue why he's here.
Nope.
Could be just, I mean, the obvious, subjective thought would be that he's going to get more involved in the day-to-day operations, but he may just want to live here in the Bay Area. And
he's been here for a couple of weeks now, and he's got to see this slide on a day-by-day basis. And if he's as smart as we think he is, he will make notes and let ownership know, like, this is not going to work moving forward. You can either do something about it, or, as we suggest all the time, keep taking your profits and keep being 500 and keep being con artists to Bay Area Giants fans.
I didn't hear
Some
about
won't
this.
believe you.
Hey, guys.
Most of us see right through you.
Have you seen this? Just got here, but did everyone hear Crawford is done for the season? I don't know.
That might be why they got DeYoung.
That may be. Man, I wonder if the MRI came back with something bad.
Shoulder.
I wonder. It's possible.
Yeah. So
he could be a bench coach next year.
Yeah, I agree, Matthew. That is kind of a sad way for Crawford to finish it out.
Where we Lou Marson said Larry Bear. Let's see what we got here. Who said this about Crawford? Kind of said Crawford.
Matthew Brittingham right here.
I just got there, but did everyone hear that Crawford is done for this? Might be his career.
I haven't
seen a report.
There's a big rumor that there was a Philly fan in here. Did you guys scare him off? I haven't seen him.
No, he gave us a super chat right off the rip.
No, but that was about 20, 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, he did it right off in the beginning. I haven't seen him since. 107 in the chat. Way to go, guys.
Right.
Appreciate that. Thanks for the support, guys.
Well, Harrison did pitch well.
Well said, Will. Well said.
Why don't you let's
Estrada
go
had
over
3 hits against Walker. He's looking good.
We did our lines, predicted our lines, 3 of us last night.
Yeah, there was 3 of us that predicted.
And Senior and yours truly here. Without, who do you think got the closest? Let's say it in the chat. Senior softball Romo, or myself? Let's see the votes. Tally up. Come on. Let's get 10 quick votes.
Let's see who got. What
who
does
did
the
the-
chat think?
What did the chat think? Who came the closest
Who
to
came the
Harrison's
closest to Harrison's line today?
Oh, that was on the pregame?
line?
We did this last night.
We did it last night in a text, but all right. I'm not seeing
The
anybody.
line, Kyle Harrison's line, like how many innings he was going to pitch, how many pitches, how many strikes, how many balls, how many earned runs. Senior.
All right. Here we go. With the lines.
It's a senior.
You should type them up there and put them in.
Oh my gosh, I don't have my phone. You know what?
Man, there's too many texts. I'm going to have to clear the deck. Jiminy. You guys, when you and Senior get going, man, it's like,
Oh,
I'm
we
like,
go. Yeah.
you
we'll
go,
keep going.
man. It's just like, do it. I have to tap out.
So NorCal says me. Lou says me. Spencer says Dan. Haruku said he would give up a nuke.
I thought he would give up a nuke too. Remember I said that.
Yeah, you did say
Yeah.
that.
All right. So here's the lines. Senior, 4 2/3 innings. Wrong there. 6 Ks. Close, but
Close.
2 base on balls. That's pretty close because he had 1 and he hit a guy. So
So we'll say that's based on balls.
that's like 2.
Yeah.
3 hits. He gave up 5. 3 earned runs. He gave up 2. 75 pitches. And then Senior said, lock it. There it is right there. Lock it. Okay.
Way off.
Way off.
Way off.
That's way off.
Way off.
All right. Eric. Shoot. Well, let's give it away. We'll save Eric because he got pretty darn close to it.
Not too shabby.
So here's
Paul
mine.
DeJong is 3 for his last 44. So between him and Slater, what's that? 3 for 70.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, just can't
Yeah.
wait to see their at bats.
Yeah.
Here's
awesome.
mine. 3.2 innings pitched,
Pretty good.
but I
Pretty good.
changed it to 3.1 at the bottom,
Yeah, you did.
which is what he did. Ding, 3.1. 4 Ks. He got 5.
Close.
2 base on balls. I'll take
Yeah,
that.
there you go. Yeah.
5
okay.
hits.
There you go.
I'm like nailing it.
Yeah.
So far, I've got the innings. I just missed the Ks. I got the base on balls hits. Here's where I blew it. 4 earned runs. And 62 pitches. So I was close.
You're close.
I was 3 off on the pitches. I was just 2 off on the runs. And I thought he would give up like a 3-run bomb and some, and here's Eric's.
Uh-oh.
3 innings pitched, so he was off just by 1 batter. 5 Ks, he nailed that.
Oh,
3 base on balls,
off by 1.
3 hits. Okay, wait. 3 innings pitched, you're off by 0.1. So that's 1 point deduction? Minus
guess.
1. 5 Ks, perfect. You get 5 points. So you're plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
3 base on balls, you're 1 over.
1 over. Yep.
So you're minus 1. You're plus 4. You're plus 3. 3 hits. You're 2 off. So you down to plus 1. 2 earned runs. You nailed it. So you get 5 points. Huh?
There we go.
5 points for right
Another
on.
5 points for 5 points are right on. Yep.
Okay, so you're plus 7. 60 pitches.
I was off by 2.
So,
Right? 62.
Yeah. So you went back. So you're plus 5.
Something like that.
All right. I said 3.1 innings, 5 points.
5 points.
4 Ks, I lose a point. Minus 4. 2 base on balls, 5 points because we're counting the hit by pitches. So I'm at how many points? 3.1, 10 minus 1, 9.
9.
5 hits. Bingo. I'm right
Mhm.
on it.
Bingo, bango.
So I'm at 14. 4 earned runs. I'm way over. I lose. I'll give myself -2 plus another for being off. I'll give myself another -4. So I'm going to take off. I'll take a -4 on that. So I'm way off. So I'm
Way
plus,
off.
I'm plus 10 now. Now 62 pitches. I was off by 3. Hey, if we go by the point scale, I won.
Look
I
who's
figured out. I
You know
figured
what?
out a way to rig this.
I tell you what.
I figured a way to rig this.
Reminds
I
me
was
of
giving
something.
it to you.
Let me see. There was a certain somebody. I think his name was Joseph Stalin. It said it doesn't matter how many votes you get; it's who counts them. Yeah.
Well, come up with a point system. The only thing I was off
yeah,
on,
you were on it. You were on
I
it.
was
pretty
like
good.
1 strikeout off, and I was off on the earned runs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I nailed the innings pitched.
You did.
I nailed the base on balls, and I
Yep.
nailed the hits.
Yeah, you did. You're right on there. You did well.
So,
but the earned runs, that's a lot of earned runs you gave up. I think that there is a little bit.
but
I
I took a lot of points off. Even if I took off 8 points, I get if you go on a point system. So we're losing.
We were pretty
lows,
good. There's only one person who was way off,
and that was Senior.
So.
Senior.
We got an angel of love in the chat, and this PK man is loving everybody. Just saying.
Skewing his
Just
way.
saying, I've never seen so many red hearts in the
You
chat.
knew I would skew my way, didn't you?
Like
I figured that
Joseph
out,
Stalin.
man.
Joseph Stalin.
Don't cheat, Dan. I wasn't cheating. I just
Oh,
came
my
up with a
gosh.
point system right there.
You came up with the point system as you were doing your points.
No, I gave
Not
you
mine.
5. I started
Senior,
off with you. I
gave-
said 5. You nailed it. 5 points.
But then you're like, well, if I did this and I did, oh yeah. That was good though. No, we were pretty close. We were
Yeah,
pretty
not too
close.
bad. Senior, I don't know, man.
I know.
What do we do with Senior?
No, but you know what though? He gets a pretty good bonus with the whole Posey stuff. That was pretty
Yeah,
damn
he gets a
good.
bonus. He gets a lifetime bonus for tipping us
Yep.
on Buster Posey back in like June.
Oh, Reds just pulled ahead of the Angels. It looks like 4-3.
Oh, here
But it's
we go.
but it's still in the 5th inning, so we're
In Anaheim.
yes.
All right.
Oh, Dodgers lost? No.
Hey, I
Wow.
wonder where the Angels are next week if they're in town. I'll be in Anaheim over there in next week.
Thank you, J10.
You going to be
Appreciate
in
that.
Southern California next week, Bora?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
His shows, his rules.
Give Danny a call. He might hook up with him.
All right. Yeah.
I might need a ride. I can't. Ah, man.
Yeah. I'll see what we can do.
Still got 99 in the chat. That's awesome. Way to support
Cleveland
us.
beat the-
Support
Hey,
guys. Awesome.
all four of
PK
us
man
will be
says
in
they beat the
California
Doyers.
next week.
Who cares, man? The Giants, nobody. The Dodgers probably could lose the rest of the year, their 35 plus games, and still win the division.
Oh yeah.
Well, not really,
Wait
because the
till-
Giants
wait
played
till-
7 times. So.
Wait till Ned comes on, and he's going to say, I told you so. 10 games, pulling away.
Hey, for you new folks here, on July 22nd, the Giants were 4 games out. 4 games out. And this is how we opened the show right here.
I think Dan's ready to go. I can see it.
10-1, Giants lost. I don't feel like talking, is what the sign said. This is embarrassing.
There we go. There we go.
I'd rather watch Kapler food reviews.
I like it.
And here it is, guys.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness.
There we go. I said it. Dodgers would win by 10. They're up by 12. They'll win it by 15.
Always stick with your gut, man. You had them like me out of the playoffs initially.
Yeah, and then I did that stupid show. In fact, we got to delete that thing so
I think,
nobody
yeah.
sees it.
Yeah,
Get
we
it
got to delete
off
that.
of YouTube.
What, the predictions show?
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, the one that I
No.
came back and did a special show.
Yes.
The Giants will make the playoffs.
Oh,
Playoffs.
yeah.
That's what the title was. Why the Giants will make the playoffs. Dan, he goes, he messages me. I want to do a show of why the Giants will make the playoffs. I was like, I do this under protest.
You were like the guy in line at the horse track, and you love the number 3 horse, but you heard a couple of guys next to you, Bora and Eric, saying, "Oh, bet the 5, bet the 5." So you ended up changing your bet and you bet the 5, and the 3 came in.
Look at this. Look at
Listen
this
to your
tape.
gut. You were right from the beginning.
Look at this one, man. Oh my goodness.
I have nothing to say about that.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Hold on. I did not flip-flop. I said they're probably going to make the playoffs. I didn't say you're going to win the division, but I thought they were going to make the playoffs. It's still, I mean, look who's competing against them. It's the Arizona, it's Miami, and it's the Reds. If any one of those teams go on a run, okay. But they're all 4 of those teams are pretty damn even.
Season's not over. They could absolutely, once they get through this gauntlet in September, start kind of winning again, and other teams might fall off. They might sneak in, and they'll be right and I'll be wrong. So
yeah,
never know.
Arizona
It's not
is
over
heating
yet.
up, Andrew. That is true. Arizona is heating up. So we'll see what happens.
All right. I think I have to get off.
All right.
Right. Yeah. All right. So I'll see you guys later.
All right. Take it easy, Bora.
Later, man.
Safe
Thanks for having
travels.
me on.
Safe travels.
Hey, Bora,
Yep.
have a good one.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. So let's see. Is this the game 2?
we got DeJong and a Pollock.
Yeah, we got a DeYoung and a Pollock. Exactly. That's awesome, isn't it? My gosh, man.
Is that not like disgusting?
It is.
I mean, it's humorous.
All these other
we have
teams.
DeJong, Pollock, and Slater. They would not be on anybody's roster.
No.
St. Louis just dumped DeJong. He couldn't even stay in Toronto, which is a hitter's park, and he's 3 for 44. But no, let's pick him up. There's got to be something left in that bat.
I'm
No,
telling you,
dude,
nope.
there isn't.
It's dumb.
Stop trying
It's
to catch
typical
lightning
Farhan
balls.
moves. DeYoung can't hit for shit right now. Pollock, he was on the IL when they picked him up. He just came off when he got signed or picked up by the Giants. It's all these other teams are making moves to make their roster better. Giants are making moves to make moves.
You know,
It's not to make it better.
I'm starting to kind of figure Farhan out that he like really gets off on taking these like rehab projects, and
All
if
the
they
time.
if they hit, he's like, see what I did? See how I was able to find somebody really bad,
Mhm.
and he came to the Giants and he was good.
He's making it about himself. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and the law of averages, that just doesn't work,
Gosh,
man. It
dang,
doesn't.
man.
It doesn't. Like, you can't rehabilitate every drunk out there. Sometimes they're going to stay a drunk.
Now we're comparing Farhan signings to rehabbing drunks.
I am. That's his. Look at Pollock. Like, nobody would pick him up. Rehab, you know?
It's
DeJong,
Pollock. It's
rehab.
not Pollock.
It's
Pollock.
Pollock. It's jelly, not Hajelli. It's Ramos, not Ramos.
DeYoung.
It's Stripling, not Stripling. It's who else do we got?
DeYoung,
Los?
not DeJong.
Hey, I get Coach
DeJong.
Emilio right. That's all that matters. I get Coach Emilio right. That's not an easy
I love it. I love it.
and screw Jelly or Jelly. They both suck. Oh my God. But I'm serious. Farhan loves these rehab projects. He keeps doing them over and over again. He hits on 1 out of about 10, and he goes around screaming like a little kid. I got one. Freaking retard. Get a life, man. Go get an
Oh,
IT
my
job somewhere.
gosh.
I think Cisco Systems is hiring.
That was good. Very good, Los. I like that.
I love
Ah.
Polish people, by the way, Hiraku. No offense.
You're trying to get us canceled. That's what you're doing.
Pollock.
Pollock. Yep.
Pollock. Yeah. Pollock.
But yeah, I think have you seen enough of Slater? I think why not just send him down, be done.
No, release
Pull
him.
the band-aid off. Pull the
Release
band-aid
him.
off.
Don't send him down. Release him.
Yep.
Just cut him. Just rip the band-aid off.
Exactly.
And when Yaz
Yaz
comes back, here's your papers too. You want to send a message to Giants fans? Get rid of this fat.
Yes.
Once and for all. Don't send them down.
Then you know they're mean business. Then you're sending a message.
If you
that
send
mean
them down, you can always bring them back up. No.
Who are we talking about?
Cut them.
Slater.
Oh, you
And
can't even send them down. They're out of options.
Well,
Yaz,
just
Pollock,
get rid of them.
DeJong, all cut. Done. And bring up the young guys and say, here you go. September is yours. That would at least show the fan base, hey, okay, not bad, but they won't.
They're afraid to do that. You know why? Because their mindset is because they believe that's a model of giving in because they think the rookies can't do it. And so they got these veterans, but the veterans are not that great. They're average. I would say Conforto and Jock are your most established players that have had success in the major leagues. After Conforto and Jock, I would, it's got to be Estrada and Flores. Okay.
Now, I think Flores is better than Jock right now. With the game on the line, I want him.
Those are your four most established players. Then you go down to guys like Davis, Yaz,
serviceable, still decent player.
Slater,
Wade, serviceable.
Wade, I would put Wade above. I'd take Wade over Yaz and Slater, and
me too.
I take Wade. I feel like he's going to give you.
I would take Sable over them.
I think he's going to give you a solid at bat.
Yep. Estrada's a good player.
Yeah.
Hiroki makes a good point. You DFA Slater? You think anyone's going to pick him up?
You DFA any of those four guys I mentioned.
No one.
Maybe the exception would be Yaz, and nobody's getting picked up. None. They won't pick them up. The A's or the Royals wouldn't pick them up. That's how sad that is.
That would be a good experiment. That would be a good experiment DFAing Slater right now because there's a possibility only a contending you have to see if a playoff team would be interested in having him as, a pinch hitter. But
when Haniger comes back up, they're going to send Meckler down.
Oh, Meckler's probably I guess Crawford, that'll be your next move. If he's done, he goes on the 60-day IL, and that creates your roster spot for DeYoung.
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's what it's going to happen. We'll see.
But I haven't seen anything from Pavlovich or Slusser or Danny Emmerman on Crawford.
I don't know. Where did you hear that from, Matthew? If you're still in the chat, Matthew, where did you hear about Crawford maybe being done for the season? DFA Slater and Kapler loses a buddy.
Dan, what if Eddie DeBartolo on the Giants? What do you think would happen?
Oh, that would just be awesome, man. He'd make. Here's what Eddie D would do.
Oh, I would.
He
love
would start
the
cleaning
press
house.
Conference.
He'd get rid of everybody in the front office, and he'd bring in real baseball people, and he'd get and then he would go hard after Ohtani, and he would take the fences in from right center field where it's 415 and it jets out. He would just angle that off, and he'd make it like 395 out there. He'd take 20, and you know what he'd do? He'd remove the bullpen structure so he could have more. He'd put in more seats, and he'd put in 4,000 or 5,000 more seats out there by moving the fences in. And then he'd go sign Ohtani and say, I've just paid for Ohtani tenfold.
I can't remember who the coordinator was with the Niners, but somebody in the media asked, "Where's
Who the what?
so-and-so?" And Eddie D said, "Oh, he's out of here."
Who the what was? What would you say?
The Niners had an offensive coordinator that was struggling.
Oh,
And
I know.
I forget who it was.
Mark
and
Trestman. Mark Trestman.
Bingo, there you go. And Eddie D's like, he's out of here. Eddie didn't play. That's an owner. That is an owner that holds people accountable that are not doing well.
The problem
which is what you do in business. Name me a business where they keep below average talent around getting paychecks.
The problem is you got 30 guys, and that's not going to change. That's the issue we're dealing with here. That's why. Do you think
you could cut those 4 guys and replace them with young people? You might as well.
Senior like my idea, huh?
Hey, hold on. I didn't read that super chat yet. One sec.
I don't see a super chat.
Yeah, I had it up. Here we go. Glass half full. Another $4.99 says, if I'm running the Giants, I'd go after a few of those Japanese hitters and pitchers since I don't think Ohtani is coming here.
Yeah.
Hope I'm wrong, though.
Yeah.
Said that for a while.
Thanks again, Glass half full, man. You're opening up the wallet today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would definitely change the structure of the whole franchise, man. I'd go out and I'd try and steal AJ Preller if I'm Eddie D, or I'm going to go after Dave Dombrowski in Philadelphia. I'm going after one of these gunslingers. All right. I'm going after somebody who's aggressive, and I'm going to here's my payroll. You know what? Go get Ohtani. Go get me this, and I'm serious. If you brought in after watching these games in other parks, I mean, why would I thought to myself as I was watching the game tonight, especially last night,
East Coast.
The home run that went out, was it who hit the home run last night? There's just like a little pop out to left field and it went out last night. Can't remember.
Oh, that might have been the Sosa home run. No, that went to center field, huh?
I don't know. It's just balls just flying out.
I think it was bomb.
And I thought to myself, well, that's what players want. That's what players, they love play. That's why people go to the Phillies. People go to Cincinnati. They're going to start going to Cincinnati. The Giants ballpark, is built for pitching, but they don't even have good pitching. So bring in that right center field dang fence, reconstruct it. I don't know how you do it, but I'm sure there's a way. You just drew a line and made Triples Alley. You could still keep the same, what's the word I want to use? The same, not format, but the same layout. Just shorten it and build some seats right there, and get that place redone and make it a ballpark that, 415 feet. I don't know. It's just like, there's got to be a better way. And the thing about the darn players that is just going to, I tell you what, it's going to turn a lot of fans away. I've been a fan forever. We're all fans. I know tons of other people that are upset, lost interest because they don't play their guys that they're up and coming. This system is so infuriating. Only guys that really like this type of baseball and call it good baseball and good, Max, is people that are new to the game, new Giants fans after like 2010.
Mm-hmm. And never played the game.
Or they never play. They enjoy all this garbage of switch hitting. Platooning.
You don't even have to play the game. You just can enjoy the game from pre-2010, right? And see how baseball was played compared to how it's being done now. You don't, like I said, you don't even have to play. You could see that the type of baseball that the Giants are doing right now does not work. It doesn't.
I'll tell you this.
Those fans that you just mentioned, Dan, what they need to do is get one of these video games, make yourself the GM, make yourself the manager, and you can follow your season all year long with your video games and platooning and doing whatever you want. Leave real baseball to real baseball fans.
To real baseball fans.
And the game will be fine.
You heard John
that's
Kruk
real.
tonight.
Like,
you
if
heard
you want
John,
that video games, go ahead. Have at it.
Yep. You heard John Kruk tonight. I played him talking about, well, just play the hot hand. Gee, I guess he had too many hits. They're mocking Kapler because real ball players, you've heard other guys. Listen to or watch this. Read this. Tim Flannery yesterday. See that?
Yeah.
I know that the math metrics that the analytical baseball scientists, or I call them geeks, have hypothetically proven the opener is the new way to use a pitching staff. But being a boomer who's been told the game has passed me by thinks it basically sucks. It's better to have 5 starters, my humble opinion. And then let's look at the comments. Who replied? Somebody, their bullpen, Flannery, gets worn down when you want them rested for your starters who only go 5 or 6. It doesn't add up except in artificial intelligence.
Bingo. Been saying that.
David, the Twins have 5 starters, no openers, but we're waiting for our offense to arrive. Okay, Tim Flannery. When we won 3 World Series, it was pitching, moving runners, winning 2-1. Manager then of Cubs, Mike Quaid, would tell his team, we are going to San Francisco. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It's going to be 2-1. Eric Jensen, I have an opener.
I like having an
opener, especially if they're reverse-handed for the starter and can get the first 5 or 6 guys out, saving the starter from seeing them 3 or 4 even times. Now, this having 5 relievers pitch a full game thing sucks. I like all opinions. If can ruin everything, Flan says. We used to say hope is not a game plan. Yep. Hope is not a game plan. Well, we hope the opener does well. And wearing out your bullpen so they aren't available when your best pitchers are on the mound.
I've been saying that for months.
I'm used to winning. If openers can't get outs, you shouldn't use your pin up that day. I'm not talking about the Giants. It's a factor on the leg. Bullpen games work if there's a day off the next day. Where's my comment? Oh, there it is. I said, thank you, Tim. Amen. Starting pitchers have a routine between starts mentally and physically. The Giants' lifelong starters have no idea what to expect. Alex Wood recently said, they're going to do what they want to do. You just got to take the ball when they tell you. We got a like out of that. Oops. Oh, that was me. You know who that like came? No, that was me just now. You know who gave the like? That was Tim Flannery gave the like.
Nice.
Bruce
Good
Jenkins.
Deal.
Amen. If it's an emergency thing, fine. But the new way to use a pitching staff,
there we
that's
go.
a joke. Bruce Jenkins, longtime Bay Area writer.
Yep.
And then somebody said something to my comment. And here's the other one I wrote. Last night, Manaea followed Alexander in the first inning. What's this competitive advantage of bringing a left-hander after another left-hander? Do the Giants not have a long plan, like a couple of days ahead minimum? Why not after Saturday's tough loss to Atlanta, tell Manaea, hey, Sean, we're going to need you Monday in Philly to give us a big boost. Sunday, we're going to fly you up to Philly before the game so you can get a good night's rest and mentally prepare to start Monday's game. You will go as long as you're dealing. We believe in you and need you to give it your best outing of the year. What do you think that would have done for Manaea? He pitched anyway in the first. The difference is you showed belief in him and gave him time to prepare what he's done his entire career. I mean, this is why you don't have a guy like Kapler who has no clue what a pitching staff's like. Bochy handled a catching staff. You know, your best managers generally, they don't have to be catchers, but generally they're great managers because they're the captains of the team and they understand, what's going on. I mean, at this point, just make Patrick Bailey a player coach. Gosh. Jeez.
We got another super chat from Glass Half Full, another $4.99. I was playing MLB The Show and I was running the Giants and I already traded Jock and got Andrew Vaughn and added Chris Sale. Only a video game. Laughing out loud.
Attaboy.
That's funny. That's funny. But here's my one comment that
someone replied to you on that, right?
Here's this guy. This guy's always coming back at me, this clown Bo Knows. Bo Knows Baseball. Pence explained this last night. Facing a different pitcher affects hitters' ability to put a plan together.
Oh, my God.
And adjust what they saw the first at bat.
What?
Just because, this is Bo Knows Baseball. He listens to all the homers on the Giants.
Bo, you don't know diddly.
I guess he knows. It looks like he knows some karate too. Karate.
So he says, just because Alexander and I are lefties does not mean they're the same kind of pitcher. He's replying to me, because I said,
right.
And
it's called
Flan,
adjusting as a hitter.
And look what Flan replied.
So how's that working? Exactly. That's
there
pretty
we
good.
Go.
Nice.
There we go.
So tell me this, Dan. I'm going to be in the Bay Area this weekend. If I'm at the game Monday night and I'm in the right field seats and I hold up this sign.
Analytics sucks, and
so does our front off.
Am I getting kicked out of the stadium if I hold that up?
I don't think so.
You might. You never know.
Why?
You might.
How could they kick you out?
Because this goes against what the Giants believe. You can't talk about anybody there without, that's why the beat writers can't say anything against them because they'll probably get fired. So I bet if I have that sign, and don't put it past me. If I probably won't. I'm not going to have a lot of time. But if I go to the game and you see that sign, it's me. And if I'll tell you guys, I'll go live from the stadium. I'll go, hey man, they're kicking me out because of my First Amendment right. Yeah, right. Watch, they'll kick me out if I put that.
Hey,
up.
you know what would be great, Lowe's. While you're there, see if you can get a fifth inning chant like the A's do in the fifth inning. Sell the team. Sell the team.
We're not at
that
level
imagine
yet.
If that started happening at Oracle?
That would be a huge shift.
Oh, can you imagine?
We should hold a rally outside the park. That's pretty good.
You know what? Why not? Have some picket signs.
There we go.
You know what? That's a great idea. If enough real fans, I'm out.
Let's have the NorCal Sports Network party there out, and we'll all walk the streets.
It's hard for me to advocate doing that, but it's just how we feel.
Well, this is what's happened.
As a fan base,
When you piss off a fan base enough that they don't even care about your product as much anymore because you've just discouraged them so much. Hey, man, I'm all for this type of ball if it works. Okay? Let me just go on record and say, if I saw that this was working and this was like a 15, even, when they were consistently, if they stayed 12 to 15 games consistently over 500, I'd be like, okay, this works. But what did I say in the beginning of the year when they were down and then they got over 500 and they had the winning streak? I said, this is what 500 teams do. And then there was a point I came and I says, hey, maybe they're a good team because they were having all the young guys were coming up. It was Schmidt first, then it was Bailey, and then it was Matos, and then, a couple of pitches, and we were seeing them. They were getting.
Oh, hey, you got someone in the green room there, Dan.
Get the music ready.
All right,
here he is. Who is that trashing? Who's trashing our room on there? Leave the pizza for me.
Let me find the chair, man. We got so much stuff in here now, Dan. There we go. And here it goes. Welcome to the show. The one and only.
There he is. Was that Giants Reddit ripping me?
Hey,
what's up? What is
Hey,
going
hey.
on?
Woo!
Eric,
Well,
Danny, Los. How are you guys?
I got my Sacred Heart green on for you, Larry.
There you go.
I'm wearing.
That's all you
Phillies
got. That's probably all you got from that school.
Oh, wait. We got to rewind the tape. I think Los was doing something about fly, eagle, fly or something. I think that's
No, cry, Eagle, cry.
Oh, it's cry. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, get it straight.
How you guys doing?
I stand corrected.
Doing good. Doing good. Lou Marston says, Larry, my man.
There he is. What's up, Lou? Former Cub Scout. My former Cub Scout buddy. We were Cub Scouts, Pack 351, Wayne
Pack
Schaefer.
Hey, did you guys platoon?
Yeah, Wayne didn't believe in platooning.
Oh, man.
We sure won a lot more, though.
I bet.
Hey, you gotta hear this, Larry. I was listening to the Phillies broadcast. I put the Phillies broadcast on tonight, and this is great because they got John Kruk in there. You know they've had.
Is
had
Jimmy
Kapler.
Rollins still?
No, he wasn't there. But they have Kapler. I mean, they had Kapler there. So I'll play it from the beginning here. Share screen. Here we go. Got to listen close. Hold. Got to listen close. They're talking about. Hold up. Let me pause. They're talking about Slater coming up, pinch hitting for Jock. And Jock's 4 for his last 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Okay, here it is.
It is out, lefty on lefty. Slater, who's I think 0 for his last 23.
Well, that sounds about right.
Got a pitch low.
Didn't Peterson have
Nope.
2 or 3 hits last night?
Yeah, sure did.
He's hot.
It was not low. That was called a strike.
You can't turn that up, huh?
He didn't get enough hits tonight, so they had to flip, had to pinch hit for him.
Matchup thing.
Didn't get enough pinch hits tonight, so they had to pinch hit for him. What kind of manager? Tell me a manager in baseball that pinch hits for a guy who's 4 for 5, who's been kind of struggling this year, finally starting to hit the last 4 or 5 games, feels like he's in a groove, and he brings up a guy who's 0 for his last 26. It's just like, what are you thinking?
It's the opposite of managerial 101, which is just play the freaking hot hand.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist.
Play the hot hand. I did an interview with Bruce Bochy, guys, after 2014. You guys remember Bruce Bochy?
Oh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
And I said, Bruce, at the end of the day, I go, what's the key to managing? I mean, is there a key? He's like, yeah, it's a long grind. He's like, you just play the hot hand. You gotta, more than anything, you just gotta play the hot hand. You gotta figure out who's hot. You gotta play that guy. And I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the Giants do the exact opposite. They sent down Elliot Ramos today, who they gave 15 at bats to. He had 4 hits, hitting 266 with a 953 OPS. Crushed.
Get him out of here.
balls-
This guy's
3
going to make the
balls
rest
over
of us look
108.
bad.
Yeah, we can't have this guy. We got Wade Meckler, who's really pounding it up here for us.
But he's a left-handed hitter.
So this is what I tweeted to Slusser because she put something out, and I said, this is basically, if you think about it, the Giants do what's called the affirmative action. It's not based on your qualifications. It's based on, do you fit the job description for this game? Because I've never seen a team try and get margins on a game-by-game basis. They'll send a guy down for a game just because a lefty's pitching or a righty's pitching. And, Meckler's going down soon, but Ramos, he gets 4 hits, and then they sit him for the next 4 games, and he never gotten a chance. If I'm Elliot Ramos, I'm going to my agent and say, just get me out of here.
Yep.
Just tell them to trade me. If they don't want to trade me, release me. I'll go find work.
Did you guys see that 2-iron he hit to left center for his first major league home run?
Yep. That's
My God. I mean, how many Giants have put that kind of bat speed, that kind of power behind a baseball this year? I mean, my goodness.
Luciano's the only one close.
It's like,
Two
put
young
him
guys.
out there. Put him out there.
Hey, Larry, I brought up if Pollock, Slater, and who's the third one were released, would anybody pick them up?
Yes.
Why do they keep these
Yes.
guys? Why? Just why?
Pollock
Just
was
why?
their big
Why?
deadline deal.
Oh, so they have to stay committed to him. What about Slater? Why do they keep him around?
I've never been a Slater guy, but Slater does have some good numbers sometimes. But sometimes you get the feeling like those numbers aren't really they don't really define that player.
Is he a big player though in today's game? He reminds me of
He's a specialist. He hits
the old
left.
Manny
he is,
Mota
yeah.
of the Dodgers,
He's a
who did
specialist.
nothing but pinch hit. And yeah, he was one of the best pinch hitters of all time.
Was.
But he had like 151 pinch hit lifetime. But
I mean, all you need to know is the guy's played over 500 games in the big leagues. He's never had 20 doubles. He's never had 15 home runs. He's never driven in. He's never driven in. Wait for it. 40 runs. 40. He's a 254 career hitter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to hear people talk about him, you would swear it's like freaking Slater is just awesome.
Well, they go by the geek stats, Larry. All the WRC plus, and he's
yeah.
Just look at the eye test. He's 0 for 27 now with 11 Ks. He's striking out nearly basically like 40% of his last 27 at bats. He's never, like you said, driven in 40 runs in a season. I mean, I think Dixon Machado could do that if you played him most of the year.
He has the best. 40? If you took every one of his statistical bests, it's like a hot half of a season. The most doubles he's ever had is 15. The most triples he's ever had is 3. The most homers he's ever had is 12. The most RBIs he's ever had is 34. You know, the most steals he's ever had is 15. If you 34? Put all these in one season, that's like a really hot half of a season. And those are full seasons.
Wait a minute. That's not even a hot half, 34 RBIs.
I know. It's really not. It's a hot month.
In today's baseball.
It's a Kyle Schwarber hot month.
That's a projection of 68 RBI. He's never had more than 34 RBIs in his career in one season?
No.
That's
serious?
No.
He came up
34
17, 18,
is his
19,
career
20,
high.
21, 22, 23. This is his 7th year? 34? Oh my goodness. Hey, when you read stats like that and the Giants are high on him, there's no way their Giants are going to attract any type of free agent but a below average player.
Lower the bar.
Because a below average guy is going to go, you know what? I'm going to the Giants. I get some playing time.
Well, I mean, and here's the other thing. I know everybody laughs at batting average, but against right-handed pitching, okay, 3/4 of the people on the planet are right-handed. So what you do against right-handed pitching kind of is who you are.
Yeah.
You know what he's hitting this year against right-handed pitching?
171.
222 with a 314 on base.
How do you go through the minors? Like, I don't know what his minor league stats were against right-handed pitching, but how do you get to the major league level without being able to hit right-handed pitching? At some point, he must have been able to hit okay against it.
Well, I think most of these guys.
How can you hang on for the last? How many years has he been with the Giants now? 5?
7.
Well, and the Giants love this too. They love this angle. Let's devalue our guys by moving them to positions where more offense is required. So it's like this guy wasn't that bad when he came up because you're like, hey, he's got some potential and he's a second baseman. And he's maybe a utility infielder. He play a little second, little third, little first. But then no, the Giants have to put him in they got to play him in left. Suddenly they're asking him to be Barry Bonds. And he's just nowhere close.
Yep.
I miss the days of Joel Youngblood when you can come off the bench and hit against right-handers and left-handers. Oh.
Michael says part of it he's the Giants rep Oh,
Who
that's
did Mike
great.
Ivy hit the
Oh,
ground?
yeah,
There it
that's
is.
right. There it is.
Yeah, that's it. I
There's-
forgot about that.
said
There's
earlier.
the angle.
Who
He's
did Mike
right.
Ivy hit the grand slam off of against the Dodgers? You remember?
Bert Hooton? I don't know. I don't
Don
remember.
Sutton.
Was it Don Sutton?
Yeah. So righty versus righty. Hall of Famer. And they bring up Mike Ivy and he hits a grand slam. So I can give you countless guys like that.
What'd you guys think of Harrison tonight?
I thought he
Well,
looked
it's
good.
really good.
He was
He
good.
looked,
Like
he
his
looked
stuff.
good. He made the one mistake pitch to Harper. He hung that curve right out over the middle of the plate, and it just floated in there, and Harper had to get all of it because the wind was blowing in too. So,
The ball
but
comes
other
easy
than
out of
that,
his hand.
I mean, I thought he looked really good. But I think one concern, Philly announcers were, or I guess the Giants announcers were even discussing this about his delivery with his fastball was much quicker than it was with his off-speed pitch. So they were kind of tipped what was coming because of basically the way his delivery. He's got to work on making that delivery the same, whatever pitch he's throwing.
He might very well be like a lot of young pitchers in that their stuff is significantly better out of the windup than it is the stretch. And that'll be something he needs to learn.
Two things that I liked. One is that if young pitcher, first pitch strikes mean tons, right? He faced 16 batters. He had 10 first pitch strikes.
That's good.
So that's good. The other thing that I always like to look at is how many swinging strikes did he have?
he
Because
had
that will
10
tell
or
you about
11.
how good their stuff is. He had 14 swinging
Wow.
strikes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's good. That means guys, weren't squaring him up.
Yeah, he had reverse splits too. He couldn't get a lefty out, but he could get the righties out.
Yeah, the lefties were 5 for 5 against him tonight. All 5 of the hits he gave up were against left-handers.
Weird.
Harrison, Schwarber, and Stott.
He didn't throw his changeup much, but what I saw from it was pretty filthy. Coming off a 94, 96.
If he could work on that changeup and make that a
That'll be
really
huge.
Oh, would love to see him and Mason Black and Wizenhunt.
Get Wizenhunt
Two
to
of those
work on
guys.
it.
At least two of those guys be in the rotation next year.
To me, Wizenhunt looks like the best of them.
Get
just-
Wizenhunt to teach Harrison that changeup.
I just think Wizenhunt's got 2 just ridiculous pitches.
Hey, you know what I'm all for next year?
What's that?
Let's go with the rotation of Webb and Harrison and Wizenhunt and Black and Wynn. And if you want to go 6-1, go ahead with Cobb. But man, if you could have get anything for Cobb in the offseason, because he's got 1 year left, but go with a 6-man rotation if you need to, and let these young guys develop like, the Giants did in the 2005 through 10. They brought up all 3 of those guys, Kane, and then Lincecum, and then Mad Bum, and then they had Jonathan Sanchez in there, and those guys all were young and got, Kane was the veteran of the staff. Get these guys playing. We're never going to see it, but I want to see Ramos and Matos and Von Brown in the outfield. And then, when Meckler's ready, maybe Meckler could be a DH for a while. Maybe he can get his hitting down and be a DH.
I know we're kind of joking about how Meckler is struggling and we're kind of critical, but I actually like the fact that they're bringing him up now because
I do too.
Get his feet wet, get him. I mean, instead of being super conservative and letting him stay in the minor leagues, promote him up here this year. Let him get his feet wet. Let him find out, what he can do here, what he can't do here. Give him a chance to kind of measure himself against what's out there. And then I bet you he'll be a guy that will go north with the team out of spring training next year.
I mean, he looks like a 300 hitter once he figures it out. He's hit at 350 at all the minor league levels.
I miss the
Lou, you're
days.
right. You can't do that with this staff. Kapler doesn't know how to run a pitching staff. Man, I just get me a manager in here that has dealt with pitching staffs, a catcher, whether it's a Stephen Vogt or some people think that Yachty or Molina would make the best manager out there.
That's a
Now,
good point.
if the Cardinals aren't going to grab him, why not go poach him? Because he would probably make a great manager. Plus, doesn't he speak Spanish too?
Yes.
So he would be able to relate to all the young players that the Giants have.
You don't have to have the
Mato.
Kapler clone go out there to the mound, right?
No, you don't have to. You could have your manager go out there.
That was crazy.
He could help with Duvall, but they've got some young Spanish guys, Luciano and Matos. Imagine if you had a Hall of Fame manager or catcher, and that not going to take any gruff, but he's going to be able to relate to the players. He's just fresh out of the game. If you're not going to hire somebody within the organization like a Wotus or a Vogt that played with the Giants, go out and get Yadier.
There you go, Dan. But Senior says Buster as head of baseball operations, then hire Yachty as the manager. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you want to get some baseball people in here? This is what's the problem is this nerd ball, this platoon stuff is driving me nuts. And the pitching, the openers and this and that. Even Flannery, I put up his tweet just before you came on. He was ripping the openers. He was just saying, you're going to wear your bullpen out. And, he said, we won 3 World Series doing it with not a lot of hitting, but we did it with conventional pitching. This stuff is getting to the point where you're turning off. You may be gaining some fans, but you're gaining the fans that are the fans that probably aren't spending the money. They're the ones that are behind this, all this stuff that Farhan and Kapler are doing. They're not out there, spending money, but your base that has supported you and paid the fares, they're losing interest. They're losing interest like quickly. Lou Marston knows probably as much as anybody because he's got insight into what's going on. He's got people in the know. Their ticket base went from 29,000 down to 8,500. Now catch this, Larry.
Their attendance is down quite a bit, I believe. I mean, aren't they like 27th? Or I heard today driving in, I was listening to 95.7, and I heard Alan Stiles mention that like the Giants are like 27th in attendance or something like that. Is that possible?
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's that
from
low.
last year to this year as far as growth.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I'll tell you this. What do you think of this? Lou said they gave him a deadline to renew for 24 by September 6th this year.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that last time.
So how do you renew for next year and commit? You don't even know what they're going to do in the offseason. They've always given fans till January.
Larry, have you been out to the yard this year?
No. Something tells me, and I don't miss it. I got to be honest. I love talking Giants. You know me. I'm very passionate about the Giants. They bore the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I mean,
why go all the way
this little live stream that we're doing right here would have been on the Krug Show channel if I wasn't so fucking bored. I seriously,
Here it comes.
I'm so fucking bored. It's unbelievable. It's
cut this into a short.
It's really, 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 really boring. I mean, I keep telling myself, you know what?
Mark,
they'll get a little bit more interesting. Maybe after the deadline, they'll get a bit more interesting. I went to spring training. I wanted to be engaged. I wanted to. I mean, I can go to. The Giants said, "Hey, here's a credential. Come on out." I want to go. I just am so bored. I can't. I can't. I'm waiting for like some time where like. In all baseball teams have when they're going bad and they can't score runs, it's hard to watch. And then there's other times in the year where they're going great, and it's like you can't get enough of it. Well, I just haven't had that latter part happen yet this year for me. I'm waiting for them to have that kind of team that, and I was sort of engaged when they brought up Matos and Schmidt and Bailey in May. And I was kind of engaged, and I was like, all right, here we go. And then it just started, they just seemed kind of dull. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'll get engaged at the trade deadline. Farhan was talking a big game. I think I came on. I watched some of your guys' stream. You had Marty and Ned on one day. You had Marty on. He was going through all these scenarios. And I'm listening to these scenarios, and I kept thinking to myself, you know what? These donkeys aren't going to do any of this. And then sure enough, they don't. The deadline comes and goes. They do nothing. They're a playoff team at the deadline. And like people are like, hey, there's a lot of time left. And I keep telling myself, that's the problem. That's not the solution. I mean, if there had been less time left, I think they got a better chance. Like if there was only like a week or two left in the season, then they would have a shot. But the fact of the matter is there's enough time left, and they're so offensively inept that what are the odds? I mean, if this team, the league keeps adding playoff teams, and yet the Giants can't find a way into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I wish people who get on the Giants and Brian Sabian said, "Oh, he had down years because he didn't make the playoffs."
What year? What year was the down year? They were they basically he took over in like 97 full time
off of a
97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. I mean, they seriously every year they were good.
Winning season. I looked it up. Had the Giants played in 97 to 04, had today's playoff format been in place with 3 wild cards, Giants would have made the playoffs 8 straight seasons, the first 8 of Ned and Brian's tenure with the Giants. They took over in late 96 in the off season. First trade he makes is for trades Matt Williams for Jeff Kent and a couple others, and people are like going crazy. That's the quote when Brian says, "I know what I'm doing."
He said, no, it was, "I am not an idiot."
Oh, I'm not an idiot. Yeah,
I am not an idiot,
and he proved he was not an idiot.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: even the broadcasters, Kruk and Kipe, they hated that trade. When the Giants traded Matt Williams, they loved Matt Williams, and they were like, "I don't know." So when Sabes was coming out saying, "I'm not an idiot," he wasn't just saying it to the fans. Wow. He was saying it to the Giants announcers themselves. He was saying it to, probably some of the ownership. But, what really kind of, I think, has hurt this regime is they painted Brian and Boch moving aside as if they didn't want to do it anymore. And then here we go a few years later, and we realize those guys were fired. You fired a tandem. You can call it whatever you want, and you got enough yes men to surround you to buffer any criticism. That's been proven. But you fired Boch. You can honor him all you want. You morons fired him. Yep. You fired Sabian. These guys are doing the jobs that they did for other organizations now. So, and that makes me feel a whole lot different about the current regime, that they painted it like these guys are still with us and we're just kicking them upstairs and this and that. And it was all bullshit for optics, because they knew the fans were never going to go for, you're going to fire Bruce Bochy and hire Gabe Kapler. You're going to get rid of Brian Sabian and hire Farhan Zaidi. There would have been an uprising if they had actually done what they actually did.
Right.
But they couched it. Brian's going to go upstairs. He's going to scout. He's going to, he would like to, he would like nothing. You fired him. You fired him from being the general manager. You gave him a nominal role. And when he got his first opportunity to get the hell out of there, he did. And so, that to me, I think is part of the image problem that the current regime has, is that The last regime won championships,
Yep.
and you fired them, and you haven't been able to come anywhere close to matching them. They had that super lucky, and I will call it lucky, 107 win year, because that was
Yep.
easily the luckiest year in the history of sports.
Mm.
And other than that, what do you got? You know, I mean, I like Farhan as a guy, but I mean, he's glib and, you know, likes fantasy football. I like fantasy football. I like his laugh. It's kind of contagious. I don't like his moves that much. I mean, I guess I like Bailey, so I like him a little bit. But I don't know. I just seems like there's kind of a spinning your wheels vibe about the whole outfit.
Yeah, and you know, I've been on record obviously saying I don't like this brand of baseball, but as I said earlier, if they played this brand of baseball and it was effective and they were, you know, 15 games over 500 and they were going to be an 88 to 92 win club and make the playoffs, I'd say okay. As boring as it is, I can live with it, and it's producing results. But I'll tell you this: anybody in the chat that says you're a Farhan fan, whatever, I don't like this, and prove me wrong. To prove me wrong, get in the playoffs and win at least one series. Win a series, win the wild card 3-game series, and then okay, I'll say it was a success, because I don't expect this team to win a World Series ever under this type of format.
Well,
There's
and you're
no
telling
way-
people they have to decide by September after they were
Ridiculous.
just bored as hell for 3 months. You're gonna be you got a week to get over your boredom and come on back for more.
They're
That's
pushing
bad
Larry
business.
everything into this playoff thing. They're trying to push 24 season tickets by get your playoff seats. They want to give up. I think what they want to do is those who don't renew in September, they want those seats to become available so that people can pick those seats for 24 so they can get playoff seats for this year. Because if you want playoff seats in 23, you have to commit to 24 is what they're making you do.
And what if smart fans call their bluff and don't do that?
Yeah, something tells me that if you miss the deadline, you'll be able to get those tickets anyway.
Yep.
We'll make an exception for you.
Yep. And, you know,
You know,
it's not
they
gonna work.
remind me of like the guys who used to sell stereos at the Good Guys. Hey,
The
you know,
Good
come
Guys
on
in
in.
Concord.
You know,
So
I
now-
remember my deceased father got so pissed off. We went to Good Guys Los in Stonestown. We had been in Good Guys for like 90 seconds, right? And my dad told the sales guy, "Yeah, we'd like to buy a stereo for our house." And then he's like, "Oh, great!" And he like nervously sprints away. My dad just started laughing. He's like, "What the heck? Where'd that guy go?" I told him I wanted to buy a stereo, and he ran away. Sure enough, some other dingbat comes from out the back out back of the store, and he's like, "Hi, folks, how you doing? I'm Bob." And then he's like, "Sam says you guys are great people." We're like, "Great people? We just said we wanted to buy a stereo." You guys are such idiots. It was like the lamest sales tactics of all time. It was like good cop, bad cop, and it was just so amateur hour. And it was just for the low IQ imbeciles who fall for that crap. And it's like I kind of feel like the Giants fans are kind of in that low IQ group right now. If you're falling for I gotta decide by September. Yeah, call them in October and see what happens. Something tells me you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Speaking of old school Good Guys stereos, Pioneer, Kenwood, or Alpine.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh.
I'm serious. I was an Alpine.
I remember the Alpines.
So
Kenwood's
Did
and
I
Alpines.
send you the link tonight?
No.
you put the link up and he got in.
Oh, you put the link up?
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
up,
good. I
Sean? Good to see you, bro.
See, because
What's
I'm
up,
reading
there?
the chat, Dan. Insubordination. I'm reading the chat.
You could never work for Cap.
Hey, don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way.
Well, good, John.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, did you dump him?
There he is.
Look
Goodbye.
at you.
Insubordination, man.
Dan's bullying Eric.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm learning from Kapler.
He always does.
I bully all the young guys.
Yeah.
What's
And
up?
if Eric played this thing according to plan, Eric would come back and maintain to all of us that he has not been bullied. Dan has not bullied me.
I have not been bullied.
Eric would come back with his Stockholm syndrome. I have not been bullied by Dan.
Oh man.
Dan is not my captor.
Man.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get it. You've never heard of Alpine? Oh, you need to look that up.
Oh yeah,
Alpine stereo. I had an Alpine.
yeah.
That was my
Clear
first.
stereo back in the day.
with the Bose
Yeah.
speakers. You get the
Nice pull-out
Bose speakers.
Yeah, there you go. Little
I
equalizer.
had the
underneath.
Alpines. Yeah, I
I
had
had
the
those things-
Sanyo.
Oh yeah, and I had those in my Jeep CJ7 on the wells. I had the gigantic Bose speakers on the wells.
Yeah,
Mm.
there you go.
I had the pull out. Remember the pull out stereo?
The
Yeah.
Puma,
Just the
I
face.
remember that. Yeah, you just
Just the
pull it
face.
out.
No, this thing you could. I mean, it was seriously
Oh,
like
the
a blunt
face, yeah, take
object.
the
This thing was
whole
like
thing
5
off.
pounds. I'd be
Yep.
carrying it everywhere I went.
Yeah.
What is that? That's my stereo, man.
So what are you bumping on?
You're like
bumping 15s,
the
man. I
boom
got
box for the
15s.
Niners. You know,
Yeah.
when they come out. Trent
Good
Williams
guys made a
carrying the
lot of
boom
money
box.
installing those back in the day.
Oh,
Guys
man.
would have amps in their trunk
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep. There was a
Yep.
guy down the street, man. He was he had a truck
10-inch woofer.
and he had 4 15-inch woofers. Oh my God.
You can
man.
hear that from like Modesto.
Yeah,
Hear that.
car
You can
lines
just
were
hear that
going off
bass
as he's
coming
going down the road. Oh, it was incredible. Yeah.
I had a guy cut my soft top and steal my stereo. He stole the speakers. He didn't get the pull out because I pulled it out, of course. But yeah,
How about now, San Francisco? People are just leaving their windows down and opening their trunk when they park because they don't want their
Please
cars
don't steal
broken into.
anything.
yeah, with notes. Please don't steal from me.
Oh my gosh.
That's so pathetic.
The city, yeah.
There was a
could see
video the
Larry
other day.
blasting his
Forgot
music
about
on the
that
way to
guy.
DEA. City Lights.
Hey,
I forgot about him. The
Martinez,
Diamond
the-
Center.
Diamond Center. No,
Yeah.
I went to who's the guys that did the advertising all the time? The Shane Company.
oh
The
yeah.
I got
Shane-
my
oh,
wife.
yeah, yeah.
I went to the
Open
Shane
weekdays till
Company.
late, Saturday and Sunday till 5.
Remember that guy that
Online at
I go,
Shango.com.
I just came back from Bangkok. Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I got some
Yeah.
new stones from Bangkok.
I remember over here in Sacramento. Remember the Federated? Those are some great commercials.
And then you know what I used to love about that commercial? We used to play that on the radio all the time. And now it's just there's tremendous sparkle. They use that word sparkle. And it's got great sparkle. My ring.
Hey,
Look at it.
speaking of sponsors, it's time to thank our sponsors. Pig in a Pickle.
Big in a pickle.
2 locations to serve you. One in Embryville.
Simon and Mary. Check them out. They're open 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out.
Till they
Until
run
they
out.
run out.
Get the brisket.
Get the brisket chili. Say hi to Damon. Say hi to Mary. Tell them the Krug sent you. And tell them the Krug bullied you.
The brisket
Yes.
chili.
Hey, we do have some advertisement for the Krug Show right here.
All right, let's get fired up here. Let's go! Who wants to be? Up. Want to be on the Larry Krueger Show? Yeah! All right!
Let's go, Giants!
All right, we're out here in the bleachers with the Larry Krueger
Go,
Show.
Larry Krueger!
Yeah, we're gonna be on YouTube right now tonight. All right. Okay. When I say Larry, you say Krueger. Larry.
Krueger!
Larry.
Krueger!
Larry.
Krueger!
All right. Let's hear it one more time. Come on. Come on. All right. Larry.
Krueger!
Larry.
Krueger!
All right. Hey, Larry. Let's go, Giants.
Larry! Let's go, Giants!
Oh man,
Let's go, Larry.
Wow.
This guy's like Kroger.
he was ready to go, man.
Man, that guy was fired up.
He was.
He was juiced, man. He was juiced.
Yeah.
You know,
Just seeing that Ghirardelli behind those guys. I gotta get out there this weekend and have a hot foot Sunday. I haven't been to Ghirardelli in a while.
Oh my God, Ghirardelli chocolate.
hey, if you
Oh,
take in
Legendary.
Monday's game, I'll bet you'll see Harrison pitch.
Oh, if I go to that game, I'm gonna have that sign.
You know what you gotta hit if you like Ghirardelli. You know you gotta hit Los. You gotta hit Fenton's.
Oh, Fenton's. I love Fenton's.
You ever been
Right
to
in there.
Fenton's?
My
There was one in Berkeley. There was one in Oakland,
Yep.
and oh my god, it's like the greatest. I mean, real
very
simple stuff, but ice cream, sandwiches, incredible.
yeah, we used to go there every Saturday after the Cal games.
What was the place in Ceremony? Farrell's?
Farrell's birthday parties.
Farrell.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Here comes the drum. That was awesome.
What's
You know what?
the-
You know what I loved about Ceremony? We used in high school. We used to go to the Pepper Mill in Ceremony.
Ooh, beautiful waitresses.
I mean, you'd walk in there, and it was like walking into Reno.
Yep.
Well, it's 'cause they
Proctor-
have one in Reno.
Yeah, well, I know, but I mean, it's seriously, it had fire coming out of the water, and,
Oh yeah.
and girls in like slinky cocktail dresses, and
That was a
Like,
good night.
you're ordering a club sandwich in the
There was
middle
a
of.
pepper mill in Cupertino, and that was like the only place that you could go past 10 o'clock to get any type of decent food other than fast food was the pepper mill. And they it's right next to where Apple is, like the one Infinity Loop, the main Apple campus. There's a BJ's there now, but that was Pepper Mill. That was the Pepper Mill location.
Well, the Peppermill Larry's talking about, you'd go there for the ambiance and the nice little,
Yeah, no, at nighttime. That was the jam. Yeah.
The drinks, yeah.
But then you take it to El Torito's right behind it and have the cheaper drinks, stronger drinks.
Look at Los.
Oh, Daly City. That's the area I miss, man. Great memories.
Those were some good memories. And wasn't there a Pizza and Pipes out there too?
Yep.
Pizza and Pipes.
Pizza and pipes. Yep.
Good old days. Good old days.
Ceremony.
We used to
Ceremony.
there were so many city spots. We used to hit. Do you guys remember Los? Do you remember Big Heart? Big Heart.
No. Big
I bet you Lou Marson remembers it. Big Heart. It was on Geary in the outer Richmond. It was on the corner, kind of on the same. You know where the Alexandria Theater is?
18th and Gary.
Yeah, that's 18th and Geary. This was probably like 22nd and Geary. It was on the same.
going
It
out
was
by-
on the right hand
going
side
out.
on the corner. It was called Big Heart, and basically it was just like a Denny's, but they used to. It would place would be really dark, and they would play movies. You'd be walking in. You'd walk in there. There'd be a movie on with like on like big screen TVs, and a bunch of people just sitting there eating like kind of like coffee shop Denny's, Lions type food. But it was open all night.
Larry,
It was awesome.
I tell you what I cannot find in Arizona, and you can't find it anywhere in the Bay Area except San Francisco. is
What?
Pierogies. Remember Pierogies back in the day?
I mean, just the food pierogies, not a
Just the
restaurant.
food. No,
yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
food.
No, I know. Pierogies are really good. They're it's a
hard to
Polish.
find.
It's a Polish thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Russian. It's a Russian delicatessen too.
They're kind of like a
Man, they're
like a
good.
pot sticker. It's like a pot
yeah.
sticker, sort of.
Except they're fluffy and a little bigger.
I'll tell you, when I went out to spring training in March, you know where we went in downtown Scottsdale? You guys probably know.
Yeah.
The Chicago Pizza, Lou Malnati's.
Oh,
There's a
oh,
Lou
it's good.
Malnati's in Scottsdale,
Yeah, it's good.
and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Deep dish pizza, and oh my God, it's incredible. Lou Malnati's. I love Scottsdale, man. Scottsdale's. Where in Arizona? Are you guys near Scottsdale?
I'm 25 minutes from Scottsdale. I'm on the east side, Queen Creek,
I'm about
Which is
30
near
minutes
what,
away.
Peoria, or where are you?
near Chandler and Gilbert.
Oh, okay, Maryvale or whatever.
No, Maryville's on the Dan's out on the west side. I'm on the east side of Phoenix and Scottsdale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verbs.
So Proctor, did you watch Harrison tonight?
I did. I watched till about the sixth inning, and then I had to go show property. But yeah, I thought he pitched great.
Yeah, he
that
did good.
fastball is live fastball. Yeah, he didn't look overmatched at all. I mean, it'd be nice if he could get his off-speed stuff to be dialed in a little bit more, but it looked pretty good. I mean, the first 6-7 hitters, they looked pretty overmatched with that fastball.
They did.
He hides it so well. It's not like it's 102 miles an hour like Chapman or anything, but it's just he hides it so well that it looks deceiving.
He's kind of a cross. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
Oh no, Dan was saying he kind of has a resemblance of Chris Sale. He doesn't have the height, of course, but that delivery is kind of Chris Sale like.
He does. He's got. It's not a Madison Bumgarner smooth delivery.
Mhm.
It's a little bit more violent, but you're right. It's like a Chris Sale arm angle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good call,
And
good call.
and he throws
That
what
was Andy.
95, 96, and
Yeah, I thought that was great. I'm pissed that they sent Ramos down. I
know.
think
Most of us are.
it's such a joke.
Yep.
It's such a
It's
joke.
dumb.
I mean, what do you want from this
unbelievable.
guy? You
Just
call
because
him,
just because he's a right-handed hitter. That's the
It's
reason.
bullshit.
The only reason. The
it's total
only
bullshit.
reason.
I mean, you've already dicked with him the first portion of his career. He
Yep.
comes up. He was mashing in AAA. He comes up. He hits that jack. His ball was hit so hard. His first home run.
the left center ball. Yeah, we were talking about
there's
that.
no one on the team that hits the ball like that. Like,
Mm-mm.
I watched when they played against the Rangers. It's that dude Garcia on the Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Just got like sick bat speed. And I'm
The
thinking
roller.
the Giants don't really have anyone that's got crazy bat speed, but Ramos has got some pretty decent bat speed.
Yeah.
And he's got a cannon, and he's got a cannon from the outfield, and he was taking bases. He was
got
fired
speed.
up.
Yep.
He was fired up. He had brought a
Yeah,
little
they just
juice to
screw
the
him with
team.
his head.
Let's send that guy down. Yeah, we don't want that guy. We don't want that guy on the team. I just don't get it. I mean, I get it.
It's like Billy Bean from Moneyball. He's making the other guys look bad.
It just, yeah, right.
We got to get rid of Carlos Pena. Why? Because he's making the other guys look bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
so-
our guy Bora, he's in. He just left before you got on. He lives in Russian Hill. You guys recognize this place here? Can you see the blue house?
Yeah. What about it? Where is that? What street is that?
That's Hyde Street, bottom of Hyde Street.
Was
Yeah,
it used
I
in a
know where
movie
Hyde
or
is.
something?
What's that?
That's
Was
a
it
nice.
used in a movie?
That's a high rent district right there.
That was my aunt and uncle's house, and that's the house they used.
Is that the dead end where Hyde dead ends?
Yes, it's the house that McMillan and wife was used to film the outside of. Remember the old show?
What is that?
with
Where is that?
McMillan?
Hyde and what?
Never heard of that
Hyde-
show.
Because
Real
Hyde
close
goes
to
all the
Slate.
way down to
It's pretty
past-
close to Lombard. It was
past
pretty close
Bay
to-
Street, I think, doesn't it?
Pretty close to the top of Lombard. Weren't two couple
Webster,
streets down.
maybe? Hyde and Webster.
But we were talking about ice cream earlier. Reminding me, Swenson's was. We used to walk
Swenson's
over
on the
to
corner of
Swenson's.
Union and Hyde.
Yeah, we used to walk up there.
Oh, my buddy John Garibaldi used to live like 5 blocks from there,
Yeah,
and I'd stay over at his house. He lived on like Union and Taylor, and we used to walk up to Swenson's after dinner. It was like 99-cent ice cream cone, and then we used to skateboard all on those streets. And this is like when I was like 10, 11, 12, and man, I'm telling you, I mean that's my old stomping grounds right there.
I
Nothing
found
better than
Farhan.
Pollyanna's on Noriega.
I found Farhan.
Ollie Ann's, where I got my bike picked off.
Oh, wow.
I remember you telling that
I
story.
did find Farhan out in front of
It was
that house.
me.
I found
Yeah.
Farhan with the boiler. Look at that boiler I was wearing back then.
Look at you.
Jeez.
I was like 215.
My God.
I'm down to like 188.
Where were you
now.
registered?
So many completes.
Yes, you're just eating completes, man.
Yes.
Fucking
My
nonstop
God. Yeah. Was that completes?
Yeah, that was all from completes, healthy completes.
Somebody in the chat, Larry, mentioned Tommy's joint on Van Ness.
Well, I love Tom. Is that there anymore?
No, I think they
Are
found
you
out.
sure?
Reds just won.
Hofbräus are kind of like went out of style. I don't know.
Well, you
why.
know what's even a better Hofbrau than Tommy's joint? Tommy's joint's great. I used to stop there for like turkey sandwiches and roast beef sandwiches. But the Europa Deli in Orinda,
Never went to
is-
that one.
it's basically, Tommy's without riffraff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, this is
But
And
it's
awesome.
expensive. It's
Wasn't
expensive
there a
to own.
Hofbräu by the Coliseum on Hagenberger?
You know what? I never went there, but I love a good Hofbrau
Love a good
Oh, Harry's
Those
Hofbrau.
with those
Mm.
orange lights and they're carving.
open face turkey, open face.
Oh,
roast
You
my
beef
guys
God.
been, you been to
job.
Harry's Hofbrau in Redwood
No.
City?
No, is that a go? That's
Is it
still
good?
open.
Oh. Yeah,
Getting
it's
hungry
phenomenal.
right now. I'm
They
gonna
used,
go there right now.
they used to have one down in the South Bay.
Yeah, Lou Marshall says Tommy's is still there. Yeah, it was reopened 6 months ago. It's cash only.
Oh,
Hey,
okay. Maybe they were doing a remodel. I thought they had closed it. Good. That's
We're gonna have
great.
a,
I gotta go.
We're gonna have a NorCal Sports Network Krug show combined.
Will Martinez, Krugate hanging out around Hagenberger. Hey, my buddy used to work for the Raiders. I spent a lot of time over on Hagenberger.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
the Raider complex was.
We're
Yeah, so
gonna have
Gonzo,
the.
they shut-
Back then, you could walk around about there. It didn't bother you.
Yeah, Gonzo. They shut down the there used to be a Harry's Hofbrau on Saratoga Avenue. They closed that down, and so the last one remaining is in Redwood City. I was there a couple weeks ago.
I mean,
It's
it's got to
awesome.
be expensive to run a Hofbrau.
That place is fucking packed all day long. All day long.
You know what? Have you ever been to Pluto's, which
Where?
is on Scott near Chestnut Street in the city? There was one in Davis too. It was kind of like your modern Hofbrau, except they would have like, they would slice like turkey off the carcass for you, and it was really good. I mean, really good spot. A lot of like what's the flank steak sandwiches and that kind of thing, sliced real thin. Now I'm getting hungry. Trox says I got the meat sweats. Yeah.
So this is great.
Senior softball game says Sudworks in Davis. Oh yeah, I got drunk at Sudworks in Davis many a night. Though that's not a spot you want to get too wasted in because you can't walk anywhere from there. It's like it was way the hell off the beaten path.
Marlins win.
Yep, Marlins won.
Yeah, you got to watch out for
Marlins
those train tracks too. You get lost. The train tracks are right there.
Diamondbacks are winning.
Yeah.
Marlins win. Diamondbacks are going to win. The Giants are going to be in like 5th place in the wild card.
I said this last week. I said they'll get surpassed this week. That they
Good.
will be not in the wild card when they come home. Let's take a look at this real quick. At the
I got him
last
at plus
play-
170 to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, the Giants. Here's the question: forget playoffs. Playoffs. It's
Oh,
really
that's
more,
Eric's job. He missed it.
do the Giants finish above or below 500?
Playoffs.
Above or below 500? They're 4
Above.
over.
They're
Above.
going to finish 82 and 80.
Yeah, above.
I
I'm
say
saying below.
2 games below.
Whoa.
78 and
That would be a really bad finish this season.
Yeah.
That
Hey.
might get them fired. Maybe
That-
if we're lucky.
Hey, if they're not going to make the playoffs, I hope they go 75 and 87
Yeah.
because you know what? Then maybe they'll rethink it and say,
Will
hey,
they? That I want to know. Like, would they even
They
if
won't.
they finish?
They won't. They don't have
won't.
the guts to. The only way
Cream
they
rises
do
to the top and crap sinks to the bottom.
only way they do it is if other beat writers start saying stuff and writing
won't.
stuff, and you get Pavlovich and Slusser and Baggerly writing comments that of pressure and that but they won't do it.
They won't do it.
They won't do it. I want to ask you guys because tomorrow they've got a 1 o'clock game time here, so it's a weird start time, 4 o'clock. But I want to watch just the play tonight that ended the game, the way that they lost the game, the fact that they're now 1-4 on the road trip, and they blew tonight's game.
I love it.
And the way they lost it off of a tipped ball off of Duvall's glove. And then what really pissed me off is that they weren't playing back they were playing halfway in, like you're going to double up Trey Turner. Halfway in does nothing. You either play it all the way in and cut the guy off of the plate because at halfway in, the likelihood he can still beat it.
If Kapler's so into stats, Turner has over 500 at bats and he's hit into 7 double plays.
Yeah.
I was going to say, ask the guys.
Just
go
pitch
back
to
a bat.
pitch to
Go back
Schwarber.
Go back 1 at bat. You got a guy, Kyle Schwarber, who strikes out a lot, and you got a pitcher that strikes people out a lot. Again, they went righty-lefty again, but I think let Duvall go after Schwarber and take your chances.
Take your chances, yeah. Here's the play,
strategy.
and look at how close this was to a double play, but had Estrada been playing back at normal, regular position, he would have had time to at least protect the ball from going into the outfield. Here it is. I got the sound down, so it's just
Game of inches.
see Estrada how close he was in.
They probably would have got a double play because the ball was hit 107 miles an hour or 104 miles an hour.
I don't know if he would have got Turner because after it was deflected.
No, if he didn't deflect it.
Oh,
if he catches it, it's an easy double play.
Yeah. I think it was hit hard enough where you probably could have doubled up Turner. Turner's super fast.
But look at how dejected the Giants look as they leave the dugout here. It's coming up. And, you're going into Philly tomorrow. They swept the Phillies here. Phillies want to put them away.
Good.
Is there 5 up now on the Giants, or is it 4? Not sure.
4.
We'll pull it up here in the
Yep,
standings.
4.
They want to put some distance between them and the Giants. There's Matos here.
Matos should be playing every single day.
Only against lefties.
No, play him every day against
Nope.
righties. He knows how to hit righties.
Can't do it. Not allowed.
Nope, he knows how to hit righties.
It's not allowed here.
I know it's not allowed, but it's a fucking joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
concur.
hey, these guys got to be getting to the point, these young guys, they are discouraging their future by these guys they're teaching them that you come up here, you're going to play, you're going to be platooned.
They have to know. I mean, these guys have to know that whoever is making these lineups, whether it's Gabe or whether it's actually just Farhan telling Gabe what to do, they have to know that, yeah, he was going to double him up for sure.
Oh,
He was the ball was taking him towards second base. He probably could have doubled him up unassisted.
Yeah.
Sean, they have to know, but they won't do anything about it. They do know. They just refuse to change. They're stubborn.
Well, no, I'm
know
saying like
that.
Matos, Luciano, like these
Look
players
at that.
need,
Going up and then boom. He was
they probably have to
that was a
know
double
that,
play.
that these guys are clowns and they just have to wait it out.
Well, just look at how Kapler ripped on Meckler the other day.
I can't believe that. Dan was telling me that. I can't believe you. Did he
just
really
threw
say that?
He just threw a young kid under the bus saying he's struggling. But, you're not going to say anything about Mr. Slater 0 for 26 now, will you? That's double standard.
No, he said about Meckler, he said,
He's not doing anything to help the team.
I got the exact quote because I put it out there today, but it was something like he's not helping. The end of the quote was he's not helping the team win.
I just can't believe he said that. Did you hear that, Larry?
He said about that. Said that about who?
Wade Meckler.
Guy's
Way
been
to
up for
build
like
up the young guys.
he's been up for like a week, and he said he's just not helping the team win.
Yeah, ridiculous.
He loves attacking young guys and young reporters. It's a bullshit.
This is what he does. Let me see if I can pull it up, and I'll see if I can.
Wait a
find
second. Meckler said he didn't attack him. He said, "Hey, Gabe's really cool, and leave him alone, man."
Here it is. I got it right here. I'm going to pull it up right.
There's video of it.
No, I got a quote. Here it is. Gabe Kapler on Wade Meckler. It's pretty obvious that he's battling right now, Kapler said. He's battling in every capacity. Obviously, it's not good enough, and it's not helping us win baseball games. I said, how about Austin Slater, Gabe? How's he helping? 0 for 26, but point out the rooks. The thing that's amazing is that I was reading about it. It said Kapler brought up the rooks. He was not asking any questions. Basically unprovoked. He brings it up he wanted to get the point across. No one asked him about Meckler's struggles or anything, but Kapler wanted to point it out and get it across. How's that? He went to the lengths of bringing it up to make a point. It's just like
He's got no feel. He can't fill the room on the baseball field
Yeah.
and outside the room.
He's not a leader. He doesn't know how to manage. He doesn't know. Wow.
I think you guys are being way too critical.
Are we bullying Kapler?
I just think this whole stream is making me uncomfortable. You're so critical.
I mean, do you know, Larry? Do you know, or do you want me to just say it? You know the answer? Because I'm the manager. You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Oh,
With that, he'll be back next year.
it was classic. Did you guys see Dan's showing the video of when they were trying to contest whether or not Acuna hit third base?
oh gosh.
Right.
That was classic.
I got
He
it right
slides
here.
into third base. The bench just went nuts, saying, "Oh, he did
Okay.
not touch."
Yeah,
third
watch the
base."
bench here. Watch the bench here. Here it comes. And they do it in unison, like they practiced it, synchronized.
Oh, this is weird.
They're walking in step. Look at their arms, everything. Step.
Oh, the twins. The twins.
Yeah.
Who's that other guy?
It's his twin.
No, it's
The
Doval's.
translator.
Dumb and
Okay,
Dumber.
look at,
Doval's
watch these
translator.
guys. Watch these guys. Wait.
Correa.
Wait.
Hey.
Look at he's got a beard like him. He's got the same shirt as his same
he missed
sunglasses.
third base. Okay,
You're right.
Same sunglasses. Scooby Doo and Scooby
Kapler going out there with the t-shirt.
Now let's
only.
watch the play.
Fantastic.
I think the video room guy thought that you're supposed to touch the bag with your foot.
What?
No, seriously,
else
Larry.
would you
Listen to this. This
review
makes
this?
sense. Listen to this.
Watch this play. He obviously
He
touched
touched it with his hand.
You could
He
see
did,
it.
but why did they ask for an appeal? Because I think because he didn't touch it with his foot, the video room said he missed the bag. Watch.
They were so insistent.
You could see the bag move.
That's so clear.
What the heck?
They
He
were
didn't
so
touch
adamant.
the
How
bag.
can you watch that and be
No.
so adamant?
Look at this. How can you look at this? One, now he's going to help himself up with the bag. And then I've got video somewhere else of Acuna. They're actually showing the dugout. Acuna is going like, I just touched the bag, and then I got up and he's
So-
like telling it to the guys on the team. Like, what are they appealing this for?
Tell me this, guys, and especially Larry, since he worked in the media from that point of view. If Shanahan makes a bad call about not overturning or challenging something, the media is asking that question. Why did you do that? Why?
Oh, you're parking your car in his grill with like 19 questions about it.
Yep.
What happened
Nobody
here?
asked the question.
Somebody
No-
come over and say, "Hey, are you homesick? What happened?"
No,
I didn't see the questioning.
No Giant personnel asked Kapler about why did he challenge that or why. Nobody held him accountable.
What was your video room
What were
coordinator?
they thinking?
What did he think? What was the reason of that challenge? It was very obvious that Acuna touched the bag like twice with his hand.
Yeah.
What was he looking at? Have you talked to him yet?
What I want to know, what the hell was Kapler watching? I guess he was just watching where the ball was going, I guess.
You know what I would
Not a
pay to
single
hear?
guy on the bench saw the guy touch third base.
Exactly.
The guy literally used third base to push himself off the ground.
But you got four guys waving their hands. It's just ridiculous.
You know what I would pay to hear right now is Ralph Barbieri interview Kapler.
I mean, come on, Gabe. I mean, what's going on? Come on. I mean, he obviously touched the bag. I mean, Tommy saw it. I saw it, right? Tommy, you saw it, right? Tom saw it. I saw it. I was sitting with Tate. Tate said he saw it. Tate had a friend over. Tate's friend Bobby. This is Bobby, right, Tate? Bobby saw it. I was talking to Agnew the other day. Agnew said it. Saw it, right? Come on, Gabe.
Oh my
man.
God.
Joe
great.
Pesci meet Ralph Barbieri.
That was
I
great.
love it.
Amazing.
Oh, but Ralph would hold him accountable. He'd ask.
Oh,
What are you
Ralph would
thinking,
light
Gabe?
this guy up like Ralph would have just Gabe would have already quit by now.
He just wouldn't have.
Yeah.
He wouldn't agree to a weekly show.
Oh yeah.
Or if the great salty.
You know, Gabe, you're always saying great question, but I feel like you're kind of condescending. And I really don't like it. I ask you questions vis-a-vis this microphone, and you come back at me, and you have all your smart remarks vis-a-vis this radio station. And ergo, I just think that, Tate saw it. I mean, if Tate could see it, I could see it. You couldn't see that? Come on, Gabe.
Vis-a-vis this microphone.
Boach would have seen that. I mean, come on, I don't even want to bring up Boach, but vis-a-vis this radio station, it's really vital that I bring this up to you.
You gotta love it.
Oh man.
But he
This
would have
is
held him
great.
accountable, right, Larry?
Oh my God. I'm telling
Listen,
you.
Oh,
Ralph, Gabe would have been like, Ralph, that's a great question. Thank you. Ralph, I appreciate your passion and your candor and your. I like that you ask me tough questions on the radio, Ralph. I do. I appreciate your passion.
But let's
And
talk
you're-
about my dinner last night.
I mean, I had a pork chop
I had a
that I
pork
would
chop. It was
call.
a
I would
double
give it a
pork chop.
65, Ralph.
Gabe, nobody gives a damn shit about your pork chop. Win a freaking game. Go to the fucking playoffs. Come on, Gabe.
oh man. Oh.
I mean, I think you should go to the playoffs. Tommy, don't you think that too, right, Tom?
Tommy.
Take that swig of water, man. That must be tough on the throat.
Oh my
Jesus
god!
Christ.
I could have Trent Baalke come in the room. You know, I thought he touched the third base bag. There was no way in the world that they didn't touch that third base bag, Kapler. I don't know what you're looking at. You know, I was talking the other day and I thought maybe Acuna tore his ACL. And then I thought to myself, you know what? That fucking guy touched that fucking bag. And I thought, you know what?
You know, Gabe, I can't believe that Trent Baalke, even Trent Baalke said Trent can't see shit. Trent hasn't been able to see a good linebacker in 15 years.
Ralph, don't go there with me, Ralph. This is not about me. This is about Kapler. This is not about me. This is about Gabe.
Yeah, come on, Trent. You always gonna try to make it about somebody else but yourself. You took Marcus Lattimore. Lattimore had a bad knee. You knew that. I don't know why'd you do that.
I think
man.
Ralph's one of Ralph's most classic
That
interviews
is
was
classic.
Johnny Cochran. He interviewed Johnny Cochran. once.
brother.
He interviewed Johnny Cochran. I missed that one.
He interviewed Johnny
he's the
Cochran.
best.
Man.
and
No, the
he-
best of all time. What about when he interviewed Robert Gist, who was Spreewell's attorney? Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh my God. My favorite was,
Brian, I have one more question for you.
he's like, what, Ralph? What?
What about Saltalamacchia? Have you thought about maybe signing Saltalamacchia?
And then you hear this, what, why? Just classic. Sabian is just pissed.
Because I always I love the name Saltalamacchia. I'm a paisan. You know that. I told you many times. I'm a paisan. And I I love Saltalamacchia. What can I say? I would like him to be a Giant vis-a-vis one of your trades.
Improv
One of your
on the
trades.
NorCal Sports Network.
Oh man.
You gotta love it.
Can we
Ralph
all
used to
admit-
grind me so bad. He would be like, I'd get all pissed in the face. I'd be like, they suck, man. They've lost 7 in a row. They're not going to win again.
Yeah, Craig, you're so cute. You get so angry at the Giants. I love the way you get so angry. I'm in the Miata and I'm driving down Lombard. I'm going back to my place in Marin County and I'm listening and I'm thinking, Krug's getting so angry.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Legend that is the razor.
can we admit that the Giants' problems all started with this? Look at this guy knocking on the door. Hey,
No, anybody
get moving,
in there? Get it going.
move it.
Make
These
more
are the
That's
money
when it
Giants.
now.
started, though.
The
Yeah.
Giants have a patch with these guys on there for till 2025, and these
Jesus.
cars are
Cruise.
like they can't drive. They're
They can't.
driverless cars.
And they just announced they're cutting half the fleet in San Francisco.
Yeah,
Hey, they have those in Phoenix too, Dan. You know that?
yeah, but they don't stop in the middle of the intersection.
If they go under, do they still have to wear the patch?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Oh my goodness! Only the Giants.
Oh, look at Patrick Sheehan says that's at his apartment.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
apartment I'm in right now.
Oh.
I feel like the Giants are like, kind of the baseball version of the driverless car.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a car and it goes places. It just has no driver and it makes no sense.
Managerless team.
No, it really went downhill when Kapler sat Wilmer Flores in Washington.
That's where it
Yeah,
began,
2 games.
right?
First 2
That's the
games.
jam right there. That's like he was
That's
the
where it
only
began.
player hitting at all. He hit 4 home runs, batted over 500 the previous 4 or 5 games. And let's sit him down for 2 games.
Yep. That's where they
Too
got
hot.
swept.
Let's sit him
Yep.
down. And then his comment, right, Dan? What was his comment?
We
Oh,
like
what-
having him come in off the bench at the end of the game for an impact situation.
Oh my god.
Yeah, how about like make an impact during the game?
How about
during
giving
the
him
game?
fucking 4 at bats instead of 1?
Thank you.
Jeez, an impact.
Why don't they just platoon managers? Wotus can have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and Gabe can have Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Hey, go all the way. Hey, Gabe, have you ever thought about
man.
platooning as a manager? I'd love to see that answer. Fuck you, Los. Well, fuck you back.
Do you, Larry,
That's
do you
pretty
think
good.
that Ned would take the GM job if they offered it to him for next year?
Oh, no question he would. There's no question he would. These are rare jobs. They are rare jobs. I mean, if you really think about it, the Giants have gotten under Farhan. It's not like they've done nothing. They've jump started their minor league development crew. They're producing players a little bit faster now than they have in the past.
Mhm.
But what they lack is a Ned Coletti. They lack the buck stops with me, and everybody knows it. And they're a singular, powerful point man in free agent talks, doesn't get led around by the nose, and has a conviction about what the team needs and what he's willing to do. Instead of getting, Farhan, all Farhan knows is he doesn't want to pay too much. And when that's all you really know, then the free agent market ain't for you, because the free agent market's always about paying too much. So you have to kind of strategically get beyond that and decide what's vital to your team. What do you need? And to me, if you had this farm system that Farhan, granted, has gotten going, I mean, I wouldn't want to fire Farhan. I would just like to demote Farhan. Farhan would be an awesome, baseball operations farm director. Who's your farm director? Farhan. Okay, great. There you go. But as far as, a general manager and a manager are the face of your franchise, and they represent the organization to the free agent market, to agents, to players. And they're also to the fans, and you have to sell your program. The Giants' struggles under Farhan, it's not that they've been so bad. It's that the fans have no idea what's coming next. That he's never verbalized a plan, because I don't believe he really has a plan. He's just he's a guy who's I'm gonna buy this, sell that, buy this, sell that, buy this, sell that. I'll never make a bad deal. Didn't they make a trade today with the A's for some?
Yeah, just somebody. Who
I'm sure the guy they feel like is going to be a guy that can help them and this and that.
He's
and they
29.
probably did wind up winning that trade. But I mean, so it's like you want to make small, incremental minor league trades and do well in the amateur draft because you're sitting, you've perfected that. Go for it. But I don't want him representing the team in contract negotiations anymore. Look at his contracts. Horrible. Anthony DeSclafani, he's not worth the money. Sean Manaea is not worth the money.
Haniger.
I mean, who?
LaStella
is an awful contract. Haniger's an awful contract. So right now it's like, I just feel like it's somewhat of a
back.
I mean, almost all of the bad money. I mean, the Giants apologist crew will always speak for days and days and days about all the bad money that Farhan inherited from Bobby Evans.
Right.
But they just fail to ever mention all the bad money that he himself has authored. And it's like, you know what? You're not that great in the free agent market. You've gotten the farm system going. You've got Bailey. You've got some young guys coming. A lot of those guys, by the way, were in the pipeline before you ever got here, but Bailey obviously wasn't. But even if you give him his and say, you know what, Farhan's minor league lieutenants are doing better than the Giants under Bobby Evans and at the end of the Sabian regime, fine. But you really, there's only three ways to build a team: the draft, trades, and free agency.
Yep.
So you got one down, but the other two are a total mystery to you. You haven't been able to conquer the free agent market, and you can't conquer trades.
Yep.
Well, what's the best trade? I mean, he made a good trade for J.D. Davis, but I mean, what's the best significant trade?
J.D. Davis sucks.
Right
I mean,
now,
I don't mind J.D. Davis for what they traded to get him.
Right.
I'm just saying,
anything, but he's
keep plugging him into the
he's
lineup
not an
every day
everyday
when he's a
player.
strikeout machine. Can't.
but at the end of the day, what's he done? He's really just kind of blocked third base for Casey Schmidt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, way to go! Congrats. That's your good move. And the free agent market, you've signed a bunch of bad free agent market deals. So I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you didn't sign the $250 million Carlos Correa bad deal, but you were on the verge of doing it.
I honestly think his best move is Tyro Estrada. That's his best move.
Yeah,
Yep.
Probably Estrada.
And that
Minor
was-
league
and-
trade.
And didn't Posey have something to do with
Bailey
that?
and Harrison.
Didn't Posey have something to do with that? Estrada?
You recommended Tyro.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sabes made some one-sided trades initially too. He traded Alan Watson and Fausto Macy to the Angels for JT Snow. He traded, I think, John Burkett to the Rangers for Rich Aurelia. He obviously made the Matt Williams trade, which netted them Jeff Kent, who became a foundation piece bat in the middle of their lineup.
He got Pat Burrell, Cody Ross.
I mean, Jason Schmidt for, Ryan Vogelsong, Armando Rios, and
Ellis
something
Burks.
else. Signed Ellis Burks. But I mean, I just think that, this rebuild, how long is this rebuild supposed to take? I mean, come on, man. I mean, seriously, it's 2023. Farhan's been around for a while. They get that one freakish year, and then this team's been a colossal bore. But it's not how boring they are. It's there's no verbalized direction. Like Lowe's was talking earlier in this live stream about how you got to make your decision soon on your tickets.
Yep.
Okay, but they can't even. They're in like year whatever of their rebuild. They can't even verbalize where they are, and where they're going. So it's like, but you're going to ask me to commit my hard-earned dollars to this minor league product when you can't even verbalize what your plan is. So I don't know. It's just kind of a disappointing time to be a Giants fan because it's not like he overpromises and underdelivers at the trade deadline annually.
Every year.
But then they're also not overpromising. They're just not promising anything and not delivering anything. So it's just like a gigantic blah.
Correct.
It's like nobody's excited about Giants baseball in March. They're just excited for summer to come here. And it's like, do something that energizes the city. You had a youth movement going, and suddenly it's like, no, send all those guys back. We don't like the enthusiasm because they're worried about, we got to make the playoffs. And then guess what? You talked a big game at the trade deadline. You did jack, and now you're circling the drain, and it's directly related to the fact you did nothing. All your other contenders in the National League did something. They're going to wind up missing the playoffs by like 2 games. And they're gonna and people are gonna apologize for them again.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is the thing. If I believe what's going to happen is they miss the playoffs, they end up somehow they'll announce an extension for Farhan and Gabe. And I'm going to tell you this: if that happens, we're going to look back someday and say 2021, although it was a blast, a heck of a year. It may have been one of the worst things that happened to the Giants in history because it's going to hold them back because that's why they still got Farhan and Gabe and they're going to keep going. That bought them how many years?
Right.
People are living off that thing. It's like
still.
the Giants management after they won the 3 World Series titles, the ownership. It's like, oh, we don't need to really do much anymore. We'll just,
Well, and they keep selling it like, hey, it's such a great time at the ballpark, but
yeah.
It's a great ballpark. It's an iconic franchise. It just feels rudderless right now.
Really,
and the face of the franchise, it's obviously should always be the players, but many times in baseball, the face of the franchise is your leadership, and it's
Gabe.
like
Gabe's the face.
I just don't get. I don't get a real feeling of conviction from anybody. The fans, the players, the coaches, the ex-players. Do you feel like anybody's really, really like sold on this regime? Like, damn right, we're going in the right direction.
Tim Flannery's coming out today and ripping the openers and.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to be on the cutting edge, how about the one thing I do kind of agree with? I'd like to see them being on the cutting edge of something that nobody's doing yet. How about like a 7 or an 8-man rotation? Where you've got some younger guys and you're putting out you're getting a more rested starter than the teams you're going up against. And because guys stuff flattens out over the course of the year. And if you had a 7-man rotation with some younger, you'd have to do it with younger pitchers. No older pitchers would go for it. But
because
it
devalues their position, right?
Right. But I mean, at least have a rotation and if you want to throw an opener in there once a week, go for it. But how about instead of 5 guys who can start, how about 7 or 8 guys that can start? And maybe it's a 5-man rotation that you're just giving guys regular rest. But see if you can get to July, August, September with fresher arms than everybody else. I mean, that to me would be interesting.
I would be happy if they had a 4-man rotation right now with the way things are going. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's just it's
They got
so
a 2-man.
frustrating.
That
It's
guy
a 2-man
Walker
rotation
is
and
like,
you automatically have a flawed roster. Like you're looking at Farhan, your roster is automatically flawed. You're starting 3 openers out of 5.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a flawed,
ridiculous.
That's a flawed roster.
there was an 8-game stretch where Walker started 4 games.
That's a flawed roster.
Right. And how do you? And then yesterday you bring in a opener to get that advantage with a lefty, and then you bring in a lefty right behind him. And what kind of advantage are you doing? And why not just start Mania?
Well, how about the Rangers, Eric? I mean, Bochy just absolutely absolutely backhanded Farhan.
He did.
You know, the way he outmanaged him in that series. I don't know. It's a weird. They're in a weird situation. It's like we're the smartest guys in the room that don't win. You know, it's like, you know, we're the richest team in the league that doesn't spend well.
Yep.
We're the smartest group of guys that knows everything but can't win. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's like it's and then you know, I was talking to one of the Giants coaches, and this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's been in the organization for decades. I won't name him. But he told me, he's like, you know what? We're Jimmy jacking guys up and down from opening day all through the 162, and there is a chaotic feel to our clubhouse. And guys start looking around like, really? And it's like, you know what? Sometimes you got to ride with the guys, and you know, good and bad. And it's like they're totally not willing to do that. It's like they're not willing to ride with the guys. So it's like, hey, we can get an incremental advantage if we just send this guy to Sacramento and promote this guy. Okay, but you know, you also kind of create a chaotic feeling in your clubhouse when there's new guys every 2-3 days, and guys don't know their roles, and everybody's up and down, and it's like, you know, there's a trade-off. It's like you might get an incremental advantage here, but you've created chaos with your players. And is that over the course of 162 better than your incremental advantages? I don't know. I mean,
any legacy.
I don't
think
most of the roster doesn't know their role.
I don't think Jelly and Ramos are real keen to like beholden to the Giants. Like, oh man, you bring him up, you bring him down, you bring him up, you bring him down. In Ramos' case, he's producing more than practically anybody on the roster who, you know, anemic offense for 2 months. He comes up, does what they've asked him to work on, and that's get lift on the ball, you know, because he was grounding it into the, you know, all constant grounders. He starts working on it in the minors. He gets lift. He starts hitting it hard, and they send him down. What does that do to a guy's psyche? I mean,
why promote a guy and then sit him for 3 days?
Yeah, it's
what are you icing him? And then it's like, you know, it almost feels like they're rooting against some of these guys.
Yeah.
Are you rooting for Ramos, or is because Ramos was a Sabian guy, you're just kind of trying to kind of showcase him and then move him?
Yesterday.
Their plan with Ramos is it's just unexplainable. I talked to this guy in spring training, and he's like, you know, I need to be better. I need things to work on. I'm not ready. This and that. Fine. So all of a sudden you get him going. He gets ready in the minor leagues. You got a team that you got nothing but holes in your outfield. You don't have established guys anywhere really, and you can't give this guy a half a season.
Yeah,
so now we get to the end of the season almost. I mean, it's late freaking August, and they still haven't taken inventory on their own guys because they're so nervous, nitty about everything. This guy's up, that guy's down, this guy's up, that guy's down. Can any of these guys play? Can we find out if any of these guys can play? Because guess what? If you find out that Ramos can play, that's one less outfield spot you got to worry about in the offseason.
Yep.
But no, it's like we can't ever see the guy play for 5 days in a row or 2 weeks in a row, Jimmy jacking guys up and down, left and right. It just feels chaotic, and it's like if their way worked, I would just be like, you know what? It works. Their way works, but their way doesn't work.
Yep.
Look where they're at. I mean, they were debating on the radio today. Is Kapler, is he overrated or underrated as a manager? And they were arguing that he's underrated because they don't feel that much. They don't feel that strongly about this team, and that he's done that. That he's gotten the most out of it.
No.
And there's an awful lot of Giants fans who really believe that Kapler's awesome, but Farhan has let him down. But to me, it's all together. They're all
correct.
These guys are totally linked together.
They're a package. Bring in baseball people, please. I mean, yeah. Look at this article. This was written yesterday about the Phillies. But in this city that breathes championships, so it's no wonder the Phillies fans gave him a piece of their mind on Monday. He proved he wasn't the man to take this club back to the World Series. Giants fans, ownership, listen to this. And the organization was smart to move on from him before being locked into mid-level purgatory forever. Now we are.
That's where we're at. Yep.
That's a great analogy. Mid-level purgatory. This is why you got guys that are hoping. Why you heard that fan on 95.7 The Game the other day that called in and said, I hope they lose. I hope they lose 12-0. He said, I hope they lose big because I'm tired of this regime.
Been saying that.
And this is where a lot of fans and people say, oh, you're not a fan if you're rooting against him. The heck you're not.
You are if you want this regime out of there.
As I've said before on this show, if I've got a daughter that's going to marry Bozo the Clown and ruin her life, man, I'm hoping I'm going to do what I can to get her to change her mind and she doesn't marry to this guy and have kids and get stuck with him. And then it's like 20 years of misery. No, find somebody that's good.
Have you been talking to my father-in-law, by the way? Hey, guys, I got to jump because my kid wants me to tape something before 10 o'clock, and it's 10 to 10.
Awesome.
So,
it's time for me to get out of here. I'm gonna leave vis-a-vis the fucking door, and
I think Larry's got a bad ACL. He's got to get the fuck out of here. It's good to see Proctor. Really good to see Lois, Eric, Danny. Absolutely, Danny. You got 2 ACLs, baby, and you're really rolling.
Trent, yourself.
All right, guys, I got to run.
Take it easy, Larry.
Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, fellas. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
You
Larry
too.
Kruger from the Krug Show.
Man, that's great.
22,000, close to 22,000 subs over there. That's where I got my start, and
fantastic.
Always be grateful
that
for Larry for that.
That Ralph was fucking awesome.
That was funny.
That was
so funny.
Great.
Oh man. Hey, check this out. Let's check the standings out real quick. All right.
Do it.
Let's see where the Giants are now with
Beautiful.
updated standings.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be that's right. It's gonna be beautiful, all right, because the Giants are out of it.
They're tied with Cincinnati.
Here they are.
Oh, they're not tied. Never mind, they're not yet.
They're a half game out of the wild card. It's Diamondbacks have overtaken them.
Good.
They're tied with the Cincinnati, and tomorrow, if they lose and the Marlins and Reds win, they will be in 6th.
Look at their differential. +1 now.
+1. I told you this week or last week they're going to come home with a negative run differential.
Yep, you said that. Yep. The AL West is getting crazy with Seattle. Holy crap! It's a 3-way race right now.
I think I'm almost ready to bury. I think you can bury the Padres that they did not make their run against Arizona or Miami.
Yeah, they're
too far back. I don't think they can overtake 4 teams.
No, I don't think so.
And shoot, I bet on. I took them 5,500. I bet $36 to win $2,000 on them. Oh well, it's only.
I got the Giants. I got the Giants to miss the playoffs at +175.
There you go.
Ooh, dang! Did I? Oh, let's see what the playoff odds are now.
Oh yeah, I bet you. It fell down to 58 yesterday, Dan, when they lost.
Yeah,
It might be in the 40s now.
I I think
I
I
bet
bet
it's-
like 500 on it. 500 to win like 800 and something.
It's probably 51. 49.9.
There it is.
They're still ahead of the Diamondbacks. So they're
Not
still,
for
are they
long.
ahead of Cincinnati? 21.7 and Miami 30.9. So they're still picking the Giants based on some formula, whatever that is.
No.
It's definitely they're looking at some charts and not eye test.
Just look
Correct.
at the eye test and look at who they're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Their schedule's not easy still.
And who are they playing when they come back home?
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta. Hey, they could be buried in a few weeks because they come home to Atlanta and then they got Cincinnati for 3 and then they go on the road to San Diego for 4 and then Chicago for 3. So
San Diego, they actually might win that because the San Diego's playing right now. I don't know.
I still don't think they win more than 2 in San Diego.
Probably not. It'll probably be a split. At the best, a split.
Yeah. And if San Diego, I don't know what the heck's going on. I mean, all it would take for San Diego to jump right back into this is a 7-8 game winning streak.
Well, I don't know what San Diego's excuse is because the Giants don't have a lot of talent. They don't have a very good manager. San Diego has a good manager and they have talent.
I don't get it. I don't
Why
get
they
it.
cannot win games.
You want Bob Melvin to run the Giants?
I'd take him.
I'd take him over.
I mean,
Kapler.
I'd take you over. I mean, like I'd take anybody over Kapler.
Hey,
I still like that idea of getting Yachty.
I do a good job, Sean.
Fuck yeah, you do a good job. I got
Making
nothing
my
but
bench
confidence
coach,
in you
man.
both.
I like
my Kai Correa.
I like
right.
the platoon stuff.
Wait, wait.
That's
We
so
want to appeal. We want to appeal.
Hey!
We want to appeal.
Eric would be my third base coach, so he can actually watch live baseball for once.
He got live baseball
Hey,
tonight.
I did.
That's
That was good
hilarious. Eric on third base. Could you imagine that? He'd be reading something while the guy's running down the round in the
Who we
bag.
gonna put as the first
Oh, I
base
was reading the scoreboard.
Dan, you could be my pitching coach. Can you handle the pitching staff?
Pitching.
No. Dance the bunt master.
No, Dan's the GM.
I'm the GM. I'm
Oh.
paying everybody, man.
Oh, you're my boss. Oh,
I'm the
Dan's the
boss.
GM.
Well, there you go.
I'm
my
hiring
God.
you to. Yeah, I'm.
Los, I want you to play this guy in the lineup. No, I'm going to play who I want to play.
No, seriously.
Really
Seriously,
mean.
here is my plan. If I was really running the Giants, here's what I would do. If I was, president, whatever they call it, main guy, I'm firing the front office. Everybody. I mean, anybody that Farhan brought in, they're going to get interviewed, but they're likely to. Some will stay, but I'm getting rid of everybody there. I'm getting rid of anybody Kapler brought in. And I'm just saying, I might keep that Mark, the catching coach guy. He's pretty good. But I'm going to get some baseball guys, and Andrew Bailey's not bad. I'm going to bring in my baseball crew of guys that are veterans, and then I'm going to go out and I'm going to scour for the best manager. I'm hiring Ned to run baseball operations. Actually, I'm going to let Ned run that. Ned would do it, but my suggestions would be guys like Yadier Molina to be the baseball manager, Ron Wotus, couple of guys, baseball guys. But if I have an operation over the field, I'm bringing in the right center in, and I'm not having no 415 out there because you got wind, you got all kinds of other things. I'm bringing that thing in 15 feet. Okay. I'm making this ballpark play so I can attract some hitters. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to pay Ohtani, and I'm going to get Ohtani, and I'm going to be able to get other hitters, because this ballpark's going to become more of a hitter's park, not just a, pitcher's park. And I'm going to get me good hitters, and I'm going to get my guys I'm not going to platoon guys. They're going to know they're coming up and they're players. And the best guys are going to play. And I'm going to play my athletes. I'm looking for power and speed. Give me power and speed, and give me a couple of guys who I think guys like Wade Meckler, who will be gap hitters, line drive hitters, that once he learns the big leagues. But I'm going to let him play. And if it takes a year of a crap, a year or two of stumbling, by the time after, these guys are 25, 26, they're all playing together at 24, 25, 26, and they're one of the top teams in baseball. Now I've got these guys signed on contracts till they're like 31. I'm going to give them 6-7 year contracts.
I was just going to say that you're kind of getting micromanaging as an owner. You should leave that up to your GM because you're supposed to trust your GM.
Well, this is the philosophy.
Oh, gotcha.
That I'm working with the GM, and this is the philosophy in the interview.
He's saying you want to be a Jerry Jones.
No, I'm going to say here's the philosophy that we're looking for. Something along the lines of Atlanta Braves. That guy's a great GM over there. What's his name? How do you pronounce his name? Anthropoulos?
Oh, yeah. I call him AA, whatever.
Yeah. He's a great baseball ops guy. I like the aggressiveness of Preller. He does a little bit too much aggressiveness, but at least he's in on it. He's willing to take some risk. I like Dave Dombrowski. I like Jerry DePito in Seattle. Houston's always got some good stuff. The St. Louis generally has good stuff. Tampa Bay. Follow some of these guys that have done it, and then I don't know. It's whatever, But
Arn Anderson, good wrestler.
Arn Anderson.
He was a good wrestler.
Giants are plus 122 tomorrow.
Really? Against Lorenzen? Interesting.
That means they're the underdogs.
Yeah, they're the underdogs. Minus 133.
Plus and minus. Gotcha.
Yeah. So what's who's pitching?
Lorenzen and Cobb.
Cobb.
Cobb hasn't been Cobb like he's wearing down.
They're gonna get swept.
Let me check the temperatures tomorrow.
And ironically,
it's in the 80s.
Chris Sale's pitching for the Red Sox.
Really?
Yeah, he's been doing well too. He's coming back throwing his high heat again.
Kershaw, the Dodgers actually lost a game. Let's see what else we got. Our good friend Kevin Gausman's pitching for the Blue Jays.
Kevin Gausman. Gosh. Would have been a great deal now, huh?
Yeah.
You want to give them that 5 years.
Tomorrow,
which is now a bargain.
81 degrees, partly sunny.
Oh, they're playing in the afternoon too, right? 4
o'clock. So
that's the hottest part of the time. Usually,
ball should be moving a little bit more tomorrow.
We'll see if the wind's blowing in.
That's a bet the over game.
Only 4 mile per hour winds.
Over under is 9.
Ball's gonna fly if it's only 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, Cobb's gonna give up a few bombs tomorrow.
The wind tonight was much.
It was like Wrigley.
It wasn't that windy, but it was windy. Yeah.
The over under was 9 tonight as well, and it went under.
It went under. Tomorrow should definitely be under. Phillies.
You think under
9?
Under 9 tomorrow?
With Lorenzen and Cobb, I think it's probably like I would say it's probably like a 6-2 Phillies game.
Close to Spencer. Spencer said 7-3.
7-3 is over. It's a day game.
It's kind of a day game. It's 4 o'clock there.
Afternoon, evening.
The shadows could play a part early, for the whole game, really.
Yeah.
You're starting at 4 o'clock is a bad time for shadows.
Fire on the Phillies.
It might be something like the Phillies get up and hold off. It might be something like a 3-4-1 game or something like that because of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would take the under and go Phillies. If it's played at 4 o'clock, guys are going to have a hard time seeing, I'm guessing, at certain times. picking up the ball. Game will probably end at 6:30. There's still sunny. 1:00's a better time because the sun's up high. Doesn't, get those shadows.
Schroeder going 4-2 Giants. Wow, going out on a limb there.
The Giants have done this. This is kind of weird. The Giants had a chance to get swept, or not swept, but let's see.
Yeah, get swept.
They had a chance to get swept against Texas. They won game 3. They had a chance to get swept against Atlanta. They won game 3. Now they have a chance to get swept by Phillies. Do they win game 3, or does the pattern change? I got a feeling it changes after. And they've lost some tough games, like on the second game of the road trip to Atlanta. They lost that second game. They bounced back. The second game to Texas, I think they got blown out pretty good. That was the 9-3.
They should have got swept by Texas.
They should have. They were just 1 out away.
That was a terrible beat.
It's the same thing at Texas. They should have got swept by Texas too. But Bailey came with that game.
That's what you just said.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about Atlanta too. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, and Will Smith blew that game, and he also cost me a bunch of money last night.
Yeah, he blew it yesterday. He sure did.
They blew 2 saves in one game.
Yeah, they blew it.
Chapman blew it in the 9th, and Will Smith blew it in the 11th.
That's tough, and they're struggling. They've lost 6 in a row now. Texas.
Yep.
That one to Bailey was the beginning of the Rangers. Then they came home, got swept by the Brewers. Now they've lost 2 in a row to the D-backs.
They can't score.
Yeah.
They don't play the D-backs again, so they have tomorrow off.
Oh, tomorrow's off. So the Giants either come home tied for the wild card.
No. The Diamondbacks play.
Oh, they do.
But the Rangers have tomorrow off. They play Thursday in Minnesota.
Who's the
Diamondbacks play the Reds tomorrow.
Ooh. Those teams are separated by a game? Is it?
Am I right?
Let me look again.
Wait. No, the Diamondbacks. No, the Reds play a makeup game against the Angels. And then they go to the desert. Then they play Arizona.
Okay, so Arizona has
Diamondbacks are off tomorrow?
Yeah, you should go to that game. You guys should go to that game. The Reds and D-backs, that'll be a good game.
That would be very exciting. Actually, you see in the speed, man, that would be a fun
hell yeah
to watch.
They'd be running all over the place.
If I wasn't so my strength is bad from this back surgery, I'm just like I went to the store yesterday for the first time and I was like almost passed out.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You gonna go to the game, Los?
Which one?
Thursday, the Reds and D-backs, or any of the game. It's a 4-game series. So
I'll be in the Bay Area, actually.
Oh, you're coming up here?
Yeah, I may be at the game Monday night, causing trouble with my signs.
I think it's going to be Kyle Harrison.
What's Monday night?
Against
Cincinnati.
the Reds. That's going to be fun to watch.
What part are you in the peninsula, Sean?
I'm in San Jose.
Oh shit, you're in San Jose. Won't be in that area. Next time. I'll be back in October. I'll be flying actually into San Jose.
When does Webb pitch? Friday against the Braves?
I kind of want to.
I think so. Yeah, because he'll go after Cobb. Yeah. Right.
Monday. Yeah, it's the Reds. You're right.
Who are we lined up against Atlanta?
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'll be in Carmel actually on Monday.
Ooh, I like that better.
Carmel Valley Ranch.
Oh, I'll take that over a Giants game for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be real nice.
All right, Friday night. It's let's get the matchups. Webb against Strider. Whoa, that's going to be awesome.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Strider.
Yep, I agree.
A lot of strikeouts.
All right, Saturday. It's going to be Max Fried against undecided.
Fried again.
Sunday, it's going to be. Shoot, they don't have the matchup Sunday. So they're going to miss that Synosis guy probably, or whatever his name was.
Chineros,
Synosis. I wonder if they'll get Charlie Morton or something.
They might.
Let's see. Who's pitched? Do the Braves play Thursday? Okay, so the Braves are fortunate. So they got a chance. They are coming in to Oracle rested. They are coming from where the heck's Atlanta playing on Wednesday? They're playing at home. So they got Thursday off. They got a travel day. Morton's going Wednesday, so you're not going to see Morton. And so we're getting Fried and Strider. That's who they got this past series, right?
Yeah, it was the other. Well, yeah, it was Strider first, then it was Chiniros, then it was Farid. But this time it's Strider, Farid, and then whoever's after that.
We don't know who's pitching. They don't have Sunday announced. That's kind of odd. Did they name starters? No.
Is Saturday going to be a evening game or is it going to be an afternoon?
Saturday is a game at 105.
Ooh, they're going to have that sun in the backdrop against Farid.
Max Fried.
That could be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, Braves are going to want to put a message on the Giants because the Giants really played them well 2 out of the 3 games, and should have won 2 of the 3. And the Braves are going to be like, "You're not getting that close to us. We're going to bury you."
Could be. Make a statement, like you said, man.
You know, Atlanta's playing to keep ahead of the Dodgers. If you want that home field advantage, if you face the Dodgers.
Good point.
So right now, you know, let's pull up those standings again.
Oh, it's still right here. Hold on, I'll just add it. There we go.
All right. So let me go to the overall standings, and we'll look at the league. There you go. It's only 4.5 games.
Yeah, it's not much. So yeah, they want to put some separation between.
They want to put separation. They want to beat up the teams they can beat up. So because the Dodgers have been hot, if the Dodgers get the 1 seed, you know, that's extra game in LA. Series starts in LA. So look at the Giants falling back 16.5 back in the National League. If we look at the let's say the overall, the Giants are probably like 13th now, right? I bet you they're 13th in baseball.
Do you think it's even that high? Oh, maybe.
Overall. Maybe 12th. This is everybody.
Oh, if it's everybody, no. Wait, were we counting?
Like 13th. They didn't number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Texas, 6 Houston, 7, 8, 9, 10 Phillies, Boston 11, Cubs 12, Arizona 13, Twins 14, 15. They're tied for
right in the middle.
14th.
500.
Tied for 14th. But we look at the wild card again, and there you see their run differential. It's not that great in the National League. I mean, if you went by run differential, you'd think the Padres would be.
Yeah, it's so weird. It doesn't make sense.
I just don't understand why they haven't been able to put together a winning streak. They don't get blown out of games too much. They lost tonight, what, 3-0 or something? Or what was the final?
Today they lost, 3-0 to the Miami Marlins, right? Something like that.
Yeah, so their run differential went from 61 to 58. And then, the Cubs lost tonight, huh?
Yeah, they did. 8-6.
I thought they were to Detroit.
To Detroit, yeah. Detroit beat them.
Wow. So look at that. Arizona's tied for second.
They had a chance in the top of the 8th, but they blew it. Or no, maybe it was the top of the 9th. I can't remember. They had like the bases loaded and they couldn't come through.
Well, awesome. Well, we're going to end it, guys. It's we've been going a
almost
while
3.
Here. Is it almost 3?
Yep.
Yeah, wow. So at least it's early. I mean, at least we started. Not starting at 10 o'clock and going until midnight or 1. So tomorrow, Giants got a 1 o'clock game. Shoot, what time's those debates on tomorrow night?
No, tomorrow evening. No one's going to watch that, though.
I am.
No, actually, they may.
What time's the first debate?
I'll watch the debate.
What time is it?
Go Vivek. Go Vivek.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Smart dude. Too smart for the
but I
country.
heard he was. I
Don't know
heard
about
he
that.
was involved with Soros or something.
Yeah, I heard something about that too.
Let me see some. Let me see something
That could be a
here.
big political.
Yeah.
What time's
I
the
don't like
debate?
Is
What
it? It's
ti-
on the
yeah.
East Coast, right? Or Midwest?
Need some new blood in there, Sean. New blood.
GOP debate time.
Anybody under 75 would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be, but none of them are polling very high.
Oh, eight qualify.
They don't know.
Only 8 qualify for it, huh?
They just know what they know. They're comfortable.
No, Larry Elder qualified too, but they wouldn't let him in.
Why?
Yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah, he was calling BS.
Why wouldn't they let him in?
I don't know. Racist.
All right, I don't see it start. Oh, the committee set a deadline for 9 p.m. Oh wait, qualified. What time's the darn thing come on? Does anybody tell us?
Does it? Where's the?
Because I wanted to go. I was thinking of going later, but
It's got to be. It's got to be prime time for the East Coast. So
Yeah.
5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, probably 5 over here somewhere.
It's not 4. Here, I'll look.
I can't find things here. Darn. Loop it.
Here,
GOP
it's going to be
debate.
on tomorrow.
Doot.
9 p.m. Eastern time.
There you go.
Okay, so
Okay.
6.
So you guys want to? What do you think? Giants game will be over 3:34. And if we do a 4 o'clock one, we don't get as much crowd in usually till we do night.
It's up to you.
So maybe we'll do a 7:30, 8 o'clock,
Sounds good.
short one, hour to an hour and a half max.
I hear that every time.
The 4 hours.
Yeah, we had you and Larry come in, and that was kind of entertaining there with for a
That was
while
good.
there. So yeah, that. So I just let her roll. Let her roll. We kept the crowd. The chat was over at 100 still
The whole time, yeah.
the whole time. So yeah,
MF's in the house.
Yep.
yeah. Shout out to Trock. I see Trock Talks. It says
Shout out
9
to-
o'clock tomorrow.
So
Kyle
MF.
McKiernan, Spencer Stewart. Who else we got?
Oh, everyone. Michael
Mark
Rodder.
Graves
he's-
in the house.
I got to get up close. I got
Ted
my laptop.
Mosby, Senior, Mark Graves,
Mark Graves, the moderator, the number one moderator.
Justin
in-
Kerwin, Will
country.
Martinez. He was chatting a lot in there.
Joshua
Softball's the one that
Ramos.
called
Hey,
me
hey,
out.
Joshua.
Softball's like, let's get Sean in there.
There you
Joshua,
go.
if you're
Nice.
still in the chat, Joshua Ramos, ask Elliot if I know that you're related. Ask him how upset he is. Will Martinez, Justin Kerwin, Haruku,
Highway Cavalier.
Hey, did I pronounce it right? How did we had it earlier? Haruku,
Haruku.
huh?
Haruku.
All right.
Tom
Now batting.
Wares.
What number
New
should
guy
we
from
give?
earlier. What was that? Jonathan Hines. He was in there.
Ryan.
Yep.
Number 9, now batting number 99, playing center field, Haruku Atoki.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
LDO was in here. Eddie.
LDO. Do we have any females in the chat?
Yeah, we had Lydia P. Where is she?
She is by herself.
We put her chats up
Need
earlier.
more ladies in here.
Yeah, we had one lady in the whole chat.
Eric Hernandez. PK.
Senior.
Matthew, or the new guy came in too. Yeah, he came in during the week. Marcatna.
Oh, we go way back. Yeah.
Who else we got? Manny Machado was in here. Yeah. And Andrew Garcia.
Mark Hope. I'm cracking
Mark
up
Hope.
at work. My
Sausage.
Lou
coworkers are
Marston, can't
wondering
forget Lou.
why.
Can't forget Lou.
By the way, Arizona's about to pass up San Francisco for the third wild card. Mark Katna. There he is.
Love
Yep.
it.
Love
Trent
that.
Baalke was in here.
Trent Baalke.
Hawaii Cavalier without Ned.
Yep. Already called him out.
Giants are dead.
FPS was in here.
Lou
He
Marston.
wants to talk some Sharks.
Andrew Garcia.
Sharks are a clown show.
Gonzo.
The Sharks are worse than the Giants. The Sharks will be bad for the next 5 to 10 years.
Don't tell Ned that though. He's on a scout with them.
Yeah, well,
Sharks.
he should have
Greg
sent the memo.
Dayton.
He should have sent the memo down to not have a 3-game winning streak at the end of the year and below the number 1 pick, who was a generational player. You know,
Was it really?
Yeah, Connor Bedard is a generational player. He's the next Sidney Crosby.
Oh my
And
goodness.
the Sharks were in the worst position, number one position to get the number one overall pick. And they went on a fucking 3-game winning streak with like 2 weeks left in the season after they had lost 15 in a row. They win 3 games in a row. They finish in second.
Yikes.
And the second spot, they do a lottery. So they, I was talking to a former player the other day, and he was like, there's no way that the NHL was going to let Connor Bedard go to the San Jose Sharks. They would have fixed it. They would have rigged it. They did rig it. He went to Chicago, original 6 team. So that's the way it was going to go down.
There it is. FPS. He's the Sharks guy. He said Chicago cheated to get that number 1 pick.
Cheated? No, they just lost properly. Yeah.
They lost properly. I like
NHL doesn't want the Sharks to have an. Yeah. So
Tom Wyerts was with us earlier.
Yep. Called him out earlier.
FPS knows. Yeah. So they.
Who's this guy?
FPS knows what's up. So FPS, they shouldn't have won that game against.
Who's Los D?
Say hello to my little friend.
FPS in the chat. So they shouldn't have won.
Tommy's.
They shouldn't have come back
Tommy's
to beat
joke.
Vegas. And then I think they beat Winnipeg and like one other team. There was a 3-game winning streak towards the end of the year that catapulted them into second or third worst record in the league. So
Kinda like
they
the
should
All
have.
right, hey
Yeah.
Sean. Before we get out of here, tell the chat what's your best bet ever.
My best bet ever, like the most money I won.
Yeah, if you want to reveal it.
Oh, it's the Nick Bosa last year. Nick Bosa, defensive player of the year.
I remember you.
I bet $417 to win $5,000 on Nick Bosa.
Unbelievable. I remember you said that on Larry's show. That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. And I won that. My most painful bet of all
Yeah.
time was the lockout or the COVID year. My buddy's really, really good at picking futures for NC2A basketball, like who's going to be the tournament winner.
Oh,
And about, I don't know, the second or third week of the season, he messaged me and he was like, he's like, Dayton Flyers, they got this guy, Obi Toppin. They got a great coach. They're awesome. He's like, go Fire. So him and I went up to Tahoe, and I think I bet, let's see, what was it? I don't remember what the amount was. Maybe like $300-$400 on them at like 45 to 1. It was whatever it was to win like $10,000 or $11,000.
Yeah.
And from that point forward, they didn't lose the rest of the year. They were going to be the number 1 seed overall in the tournament. They were going to fucking win. I was going to take home $10,000, and the tournament was canceled because of COVID.
Oh!
Did you get your money back?
Yeah, they sent me. It was a legit bet in Tahoe, so they sent me the money back. I got the money back, but oh man. Okay, I can't guarantee they were going to win because it's a tournament, but they were going to be the 1 seed. That's a given. And
wow,
yeah, that was brutal.
So what's your best bet in the last week?
I've been betting against the Giants. I've been betting the money line of the previous team every single day for anywhere from like $600 to $1,000. So I think I'm up like $6,000 since they played the since they played the Rangers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
So yesterday and today, I didn't bet pregame. I waited to see, and as soon as the Giants scored in the first inning, then I fired on the Phillies yesterday and today.
I fired on the Phillies tonight too, and they were down 3-2.
Better odds.
Yeah, you get the better odds. Let the Giants score and then go live.
Damn.
So tomorrow, I don't know quite what I'm going to do yet.
Damn. Sean
You're gonna
putting
have
the
to-
money where his
you're gonna
mouth
have to
is for sure.
Send me those,
Woo.
man.
What?
Send me those bets that you do, because I might have to. Although every time I did your
Dan
first
gets-
basket bet, I lost every one of them.
Coattails.
I haven't won a single bet on FanDuel with you.
I know with FanDuel you have one bet.
FanDuel's just taking all the money. No, it's just straight money line bets on whoever the Giants are playing.
There you
And
go.
then I also, like I said, I also bet them to miss the playoffs at plus 170. So
You're
I think
not
I
a
bet
big
like
parlay guy, are you?
what?
You're not a big parlay guy, are
Only
you?
2 teams, Dan. I tell you this, 2 teams.
I like the big 4.
You like the
5.
monster parlays, like
I know,
like
because I bet
15.
smaller, and I don't bet the big amount to win big.
Yeah,
So I bet small amounts to win big.
yeah. I've hit one 10-teamer in football one time.
I did a couple last year in college. College is easier.
It was a 10-team teaser. It wasn't even a 10-team parlay, and it was $100 to win like 1,200. But that's so hard. It's so hard to hit. You can't. Yeah, if you're gonna do a parlay, Dan, it's 2 teams or no parlay at all.
Yep.
We got to bring Sean in as our guest, our resident.
Senior says, "No way we allowing Proctor into the fantasy league."
Senior, I may or may not be platinum on Yahoo Fantasy.
Jimmy the Greek.
What?
Jimmy the Greek. He used to pick games on CBS.
Hey, speaking before we get out of here, what are we doing on the fantasy? When are we going to do the draft? Los, you're the commissioner.
You have to play for money. We didn't play for money last year in Cruz League, and it's not a bad call.
I guarantee you the draft will be less than 3 hours.
But how much? It's $50. What are the rules?
Minimum $50. Otherwise,
Commish,
no one gives a shit.
What's the rules, Commish, on it?
2 quarterbacks, super flex. What are we doing?
Yeah. Is it 10 or 12 team league?
12.
12-team league, 2 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, tight end, no kicker.
Really?
No kicker?
Kickers are
no defense?
That's the new shit, dude. No kicker. You can do IDP. IDP's cool, but a lot of people don't know how to do IDP.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I'll make
start
the chat
2
real happy.
quarterbacks?
I may bow out and let Sean take my spot.
2 quarterbacks? Are you serious?
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't play 2 quarterbacks last year. We didn't play 2 quarterbacks last year.
Yeah, or you don't. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can just have 2 straight quarterbacks, but what we always have been doing for 10 years is 1 quarterback slot and then a super flex, which is any position: quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end.
Any position.
But the quarterbacks are weighted, so you always start another quarterback in there. If you figure there's not enough quarterbacks for everyone to have 3 quarterbacks on your roster, so it can get a little bit tricky, but you just have to draft properly. It's more fun. It's more fun. No kicker.
I'm down.
No,
I wouldn't do IDP. IDP is individual defensive players, where you roll two defensive ends, 2 linebackers, and 2 cornerbacks.
Just pick a regular defense, right? Just pick.
Yeah. You do that, but I'm saying like sometimes if you want to get real crazy, you can do IDP, which is individual defensive players. You get 1 point for a tackle,
IDP.
a half a point for a
no
assistant
IBP
tackle,
on the NorCal Sports Network.
3 points for a sack, 3 points for interception.
Hey, I just got used to it last year, my first year, and we had 1 quarterback. Is pretty much the same playing with 2 quarterbacks? You're just using him as your flex?
It's called a super flex. So, like I said, quarterback, 3 wide receivers. If you're gonna, you want to do it right, it's quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, a defense, no kicker, and a super flex, which is a quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, or running back. So any of the 3, any of the 4.
Kicker kind of makes the game fun, though, because, if you need that 10, 12 points and they only give you like 3, I don't know.
Yeah.
Field goals over 50 yards or 6.
Yeah, exactly. You get those extra. It's all set up in Yahoo, right? They've.
Commissioner sets it up.
Oh, the commissioner sets it up.
Yeah. The commissioner sets the settings.
Oh. Okay. Commissioner, there he is.
I know a league where they draft coaches. 5 for a win and -5 for a loss. That's pretty deep.
A guillotine league is the new shit too. That's where you draft your entire team. There's no pickups, so Dan would hate this.
Oh gosh.
There's no pickups. There's no trades. You just draft an entire team, not just like the 6 players. It's like 15 spots, and everyone plays. And you have 12 weeks, so you can do 12 like a 12-team league. But there's 12 weeks. You lose, you're out. You play another team, you lose, you're out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like pick 'em when you got to do the pick the winner, and you can't each. I got to the finals on that.
The survivor pool.
Yeah, I've done well in that.
That might even be more fun, honestly. To get that way, you don't cap it at 12. So anybody in the chat, anybody who follows NorCal Sports Network,
My nephew's already got one set up.
That's the survivor team. That might.
He's got a survivor. It's already set up through CBS.
Yeah. They all have it.
You guys want in? It's like trying to remember. It was 25 or 50. I can't remember.
You do the same thing, and then the winner takes all 50.
That's easy, Eric. But we got to have fantasy league too. I'll get you guys in the league. It's already set up with my nephew. He lives down in Austin. He runs it
On
and-
Yahoo?
Yeah. No, it's through CBS Sports.
That's the worst.
But it's pretty easy. You just pick the winner.
Are you talking about the fantasy or the Survivor?
No, the Survivor.
A Survivor is fine on
Yeah,
they
we'll-
do a fantasy team too.
Yeah,
and
I don't want to do that.
fantasy league is not good.
We'll see if we can get that anybody who wants in the Survivor League, we'll get that. Maybe we can get 50, 60 people into that thing and put that kitty way up.
So I'm in a big Survivor league. Big, like it's called
$1,000 entry.
What?
Like $1,000 entry.
No. It's $20 to enter, but there's like 7,000 people in it.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
Yeah, they give away $100,000 guaranteed every year.
Whoo.
I'll get you all guys. I'll get you guys in it. I'll get everyone in the chat. It's
Yeah,
really
get me in
cool.
that. I want to get in that.
Yeah. So what's cool is they have like
There's
four
got to be
different-
more than one winner though at the end.
Yeah. No, they have side prizes and stuff, and there's 4 competitions. You have the Survivor for the whole year. You have a playoff pool. You have another thing. They run pools for everything: basketball, baseball, fucking soccer, hockey. They run it. It used to just be football, and it was called BFIG. Brett Favre. What's the acronym? Brett Favre something. And the guy runs a whole site, and it's crazy. He lives in the Bay Area, but it started small, and now there's senior once in. Yeah. So I should put my email, and everyone email me, and I'll send you guys the link. Let's see. I'm going to put my email right now.
Put it in there and I'll put it up here.
What's up?
Go ahead, put it in and I'll bring it up here on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, it might actually, you might have to do some weird spacing in there so it actually picks it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think when you
cool.
put the @ symbol in there or something or the .com, it may not show it.
Wasn't it just Sean Proctor?
I'm just going to send everyone my work one.
Oh, okay.
Dan, Doxson, Sean.
Put the work one in, and then it's pick up some clients. There you go.
Yeah. So it's just Sean at SeanProctorRealEstate.com. Anyone who wants in, senior, you want in that, I'll send you the link. Like I said, it's only $20, and you have 4 competitions for the entire football season. It's like the greatest deal ever. It's a lot of fun.
Ooh, I like that. $100,000. I could use that.
You should get in the Circa Millions that I joined.
What's that one?
$1 million.
What's the entry on that?
$1,000.
Really?
Woo!
Is Survivor?
No, it's you pick 5 games against the spread. It's in Vegas. You get 5 games against the spread each week. If you get a game right, you get a point. If it's a push, you get a half a point. If you lose, you get 0 points. They have quarter prizes, and they pay out, I think, 100 places. First place is $1 million.
Oh,
Damn. Was that Sean at SeanProctorRealEstate.com?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but do you normally pick games against the spread?
I usually just no, but I can. I mean,
It's hard.
I can.
It's real hard.
It is hard, especially
Really,
in the
really
NFL.
See if
hard.
it picks this up. Hey, there we go.
Yep.
Put some
perfect.
spaces in there.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
it's
what?
it's a lot of fun. They've had that contest in Vegas at the Westgate, which is it's called the Super Contest. They've had that for years, and then Circa, which is the adults only resort that they just built in downtown. I think this is the 5th year that they're doing it. It's called the Circa, or 4th year that they're doing the Circa Millions. They also have a Survivor pool too.
You can't close the show out. I'll be right back.
What's he say?
He's going to be right back.
Oh,
Oh, he just, yeah. Gotcha.
I got to bow, boys. I had a long day.
All
See you,
right,
Lo.
man. Take it easy, Los.
yeah. It's really hard, man, picking against the spread. Jesus.
I can imagine.
But I had a buddy that finished in fifth place, 5th or 6th place 2 years ago. He won 160 grand. Yeah,
Man.
I know, right? It can happen.
Damn.
What is it? What did Kyle say? Eric wouldn't do that shit at third base.
What's that?
Oh yeah,
Eric, wouldn't do that shit after he.
Tell everyone he's here for the free beer and would send every
He's
runner.
talking about being the third base
Just
coach.
you,
That's
just-
pretty good.
Just
Kyle
go.
Kyle McKiernan. Oh man. Unite the clans. Unite them.
Sucks. Ted knows what's up.
Yep. Oh,
Still sucks.
still sucks. Just DFA this son of a gun, man. Show him that you mean business. Yeah. Right.
It won't.
Talking about Slater?
Yeah.
I know. I heard DFA, and it's like, there
Slow
we
us,
go.
Slow us
Dan,
tapped out.
Eric, bring up. Go to
Tapped out.
bring up a webpage and go to Circa Millions.
Circa Millions?
CIRCA, Circa Millions. You can see what the payouts are.
Circa Millions. Is it Circa Sports?
Yeah, Circa
Kyle.
Sports.
Eric wouldn't.
Yeah, he'd send everyone, right, Dan?
Eric, did you read that, Eric?
Go, go, go.
He'd be like, go. We're never going to get a hit with runners in scoring position again. Go. Go. It's not a bad idea just to send every Giant, just because they can't hit.
So if you scroll down, there should be like a payouts.
What you need to know right here?
Um,
Circa Survivor
no, that's the survivor pool.
registration in Nevada, outside Nevada.
Yeah, so I had to go there in person.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
First prize $1 million. Second 500,000. Third
Oh.
400. Whew. Ninth place
three.
100.
Yeah. Also, if you finish at last place, you get 50 grand. Or last place is 100 grand
100 grand?
to finish in last place because it's just as hard to finish in last place as it is in first place.
How is it hard to finish in last on? Oh, because you're.
You got to miss a lot of games.
Wow.
But why don't you just pick the? It's point spread though. It's not just winners losers, right?
Yeah, it's point spread. Here, scroll down. Scroll down. Let's see the quarter prizes. Quarter prizes.
150, 60, 40, 15, 10, 25.
Yeah, see, that's not bad.
Jeez.
You can finish last place at a quarter of the season and get $25,000.
Really? How many people enter this? Like 100 grand or 200,000?
No.
Wow.
Got to be more than that.
How many do it? No, a couple thousand.
You're paying only 1,000 though.
Yeah.
Wow.
But 2,000 times 1,000, you're giving out $1 million.
If 6,000 people join, that's $6 million.
Wait a minute. 6,000 times. I should know this. Yeah. What am I thinking?
Yeah,
You're
6,000
fired from being an owner.
6,000 people is a lot.
So how many are in it? Like
Probably
5,000,
right,
6,000?
probably right around there. I think they get enough, and any money they get over. So Circa will guarantee it. So let's say they only got less than what the payouts were. Circa just makes up the difference. Anything that goes over, they roll it into the top prize.
What do they get out of it?
Exposure.
They're not keeping any of the monies?
No rake.
Wow.
Wow.
No rake. But you have to be in Vegas to enter.
But you can't enter in Arizona?
No.
Oh,
So you have to go to Vegas to enter, and you have to sign up with a proxy. Unless you live in Nevada, you can enter. If you're anywhere in Nevada, then you can enter your picks every week. But if you don't live in Nevada, then you have to sign up with a proxy. The proxy was like $225.
wow.
It's an attorney. This guy, like this particular proxy, is an attorney, and he came up with this side hustle where, I met like his little hot, like intern at the sports book, signed up with him, signed the agreement with them, and then I signed up with the agreement that they are my proxy with Circa, and then I paid Circa the $1,000.
Wow.
And then they have a website. So
anything
on their website, and I make my picks, and then they send the picks to Circa because they're in Nevada.
Did you win anything yet?
The season hasn't started yet.
No. Did you do it last year at all or no? This
No.
your first year?
I didn't do it last year, but a buddy that I know finished in like 5th place and made like $160,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's hard.
Wow.
It's hard. I'll be lucky if I win and if I finish in the top 100.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, that's hard when you got 5,000-6,000 people entering.
It's about 60. Like if you go back and look what everyone did, I think the winning person from last year was at 67%. They hit 67% on the year.
Maybe I can get maybe I can shoot. I gotta get
Look at Dan. His
how can I
wheels
get to
turning.
Vegas? I'm trying to figure out how I can get to Vegas in the next 2 weeks.
You
3
should do
weeks.
it. It makes that week so exciting.
Well, how much do they give you the 5 games each week, or do you pick it? How does it work?
So on Tuesday, they will release the spread for the entire week. Okay. And that the spread never changes. So like, let's say, Pat Mahomes breaks his ankle that week. Let's say it's KC minus 3.5 points and they're playing a decent team, but it's still 3.5 points. And let's say Mahomes sprains his ankle and he's out for the week. Well, clearly the line's going to move the other way, probably 10 points. So then it's going to be whoever they're playing plus, minus 7. So
But you could lock it in at 3.5 though. You
What?
could lock it in, take KC at minus 3.5 still though. Because it said the spread doesn't change.
The spread doesn't change. So with this particular proxy that I went with, I paid a little bit more they allow you to make your changes up until 10 a.m. on Saturday. Some of the other proxies, you have to get your picks in by Friday. So like, let's say something changed over the night. A lot of stuff doesn't really change over Friday and Saturday night because the teams are traveling.
Right.
But I have like the latest window to submit my plays. So you have the entire slate of games for that week. You can pick any of the games, 5 games.
Make sure you turn the garage light out, babe.
You have to choose 5 out of any of the games, Dan.
5. So they don't give you any 5.
Any 5 of that particular week's slate.
So
Thursday night, Sunday, and Monday night.
That's kind of cool because you can try to pick 5 of the games that are a little easier. At least, I thought maybe they're just giving you the same 5, So.
No. You make your choice. And you can use, obviously, the same team as many times as you want. It's not like Survivor where you can only use one team once. So
Wow.
it's just, but the spreads are the great equalizer, man. It makes it really difficult. So the guy that won last year, I think, like I said, he was at like 67%.
I think I might enter that. I just don't know
should.
how to get to Vegas with my back because it'd probably have to it starts September 10th. So if you got there, probably can do it all the way up to about the 6th or 7th of the week, huh? Of September before you enter.
I think the first week they allow you to do it up until Sunday. So even though there's a Thursday game, you can miss the Thursday game and still enter just the first week. I should have told you about it. Like I entered in for my buddy. I would have bought you in too. I would have got an entry for you.
Oh wow, you could have done that with a proxy and everything.
Well, he has to give me his picks each week, and go in and put it on the website under my name.
Could you imagine winning $1 million? Dang.
Look at Dan.
Dan's gonna do it. You should do it. It's a lot of fun, man. You'll be studying a lot.
Yeah, it would be better studying that than studying for fantasy for a few $100.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. So you just, I will just 5
games, just
it's
5.
$1,000 and it costs you $200-300 for a proxy.
$250 for the proxy, I think, or $225 for the proxy, and I'll tell you, I'll give you their information, and $1,000 entry. You can do up to 5 entries.
Okay. Up to 5. How many did you do? 1 or 2?
So I did 1 for myself, one for my buddy Dustin, and then we're going to share one together. We did this last year because we tried to go to Vegas last year. We just didn't make it because we have kids. And we're like, let's just see how we do. And so the first week I chose 3 out of the 5 and he gave me his best 2. And then the second week we switched and he got 3 games and I got 2, and we kept track of it throughout the entire year to see how we would have done. And we would have finished. We got like 21st place or something.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
21st place that you would have had couple $100,000, huh?
No, I go back. Eric, bring it up. It's what was like 20th place.
Let me see.
It's like 10 grand or something, 5,000.
Millions.
Do they give you updated standings during the year?
Oh yeah, every week.
Oh gosh, that would be like if you're in the top and you're getting close to the end, you're going to be just like freaking out because somebody could pass you easily with that many people.
So,
which one?
Oh, the main one. It's on my sheet. What's that? 1.3 million divided by. What's that? Here, scroll down. 1.3.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. 11th through 100th place
divided by 99. It's like 13,000. I don't think that's right though. I think, like I said, I think it was like $15,000 or 20 grand or something.
Wow.
It was disgusting.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. But I mean, you could be up in the last week or 2 and you can be like number 1 or 2 and fall all the way to 50th or 60th or out completely of the money because I'm sure there's people like right there neck and neck with you.
You have to avoid 0-5 weeks. If you get an 0-5 week, you're pretty much fucked. So you want to get like 3 and 4 wins a week, and you want to try to average 3 to 4 a week. That's 60+%.
Imagine if you got off to a great start, like week 5, you're going in, you got 25 for 25.
Well, then you're going to win the quarter prize for $150,000.
Woo!
See the quarter prize, Dan? See it on the screen?
Let me get closer here.
Here to me.
My kid's crying a bit back.
You got to blow that up there.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. Quarter prize, yeah, that's like 4 weeks, or do they go 4 weeks or 5? I wonder. 17 weeks.
Hiroku's giving you some advice there. He says, as you get close to the top, the other strategy is try not to pick the same games as the guy in front of you.
Yeah, you don't know what they're picking,
Yeah,
though.
I know.
It's like Survivor League. You have no idea what 5 games they're picking.
What the hell is this? Chardol, what does this even mean? Dan, you should buy liquid ass.
Don't put that up there. Time him out.
What the hell is this?
What's he talking about? Yeah. Don't give those comments any.
Yeah, I don't even know what it meant. I don't even know what that means. He's gone.
I don't even want to know what it means. Gosh.
I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that's something that.
Yeah, whatever. It's probably some weird stuff.
He says he means that fart spray.
Oh.
Well, you told me to get rid of him. He's gone.
Oh, I didn't mean get rid of him.
Yeah, he not banned him, but timed out him.
Oh, 5 minutes. All right.
Liquid ass, probably a fart. If you got any kind of liquid in a fart, you got a fart shit separator that ain't working properly.
Oh, I didn't see Sean's text at 8:49 where he said, "Send me the link. I'll hop on." I didn't. Oh man.
We were knee deep in the.
Yeah. Second to last 50K. Wow. Wow. Oh, Kyle McKeon.
I see that too. That's good. Oh man.
I'm back.
Gosh. That's funny. It's called a Kapler.
Kapler.
Yeah, put a plug in it. Put a cap in it. Oh man. All right, man. Hey, I think I want to get in that. That looks fun.
Super content, or it's called the Circa Millions.
Yeah.
Dan's gonna be
That
like
was-
road trip.
So 4 weeks every. Do they do the quarter prizes every 4 weeks?
Yeah.
After every 4 games.
Yeah.
And then the last quarter is just 5 games, or what? Or do they?
I think I don't know. Got to look at the rules, but I think it's either the first is every 5 or the last is 5.
Okay. That would be so sweet to win a quarter.
Well, no, it's not that. It's 17 weeks. These 17
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Bora's asking, is it only $20?
No, that one's a grand. He's got another one that's
Yeah,
20, Bora.
this one's a
Yeah, the
grand.
$20 one is a different one. That's a survivor pool. Email
This
me if
one's
you want.
$1,000.
Yeah, email Sean if you want to get into the $20 one.
Oh shit! What did I do with that? I got rid of it. Hold on, I'll find it.
Hey, wouldn't it be crazy if you had an awesome year and just everything went your way and you won every quarter, and then you won the overall?
Yeah,
that would give you like $2 million.
That would be insane.
That would be insane. If let's just say you just had one of those freakish years, everything you touched would turn to gold.
Yep.
Yeah. Dang. It's like just picking football games. Not bad.
Against the spread.
But your odds are you're going up against so many people, though.
Doesn't matter who you're going up against. It just matters that you get
you do well. Yeah.
You get above 65%. That's your goal.
Above 65. What was the winner last year? 67?
67%.
It'd be great to be like, who's the guy that used to have the best completion record? Aaron Rodgers or something. 70% of your passes. Hit on 70%.
No one. Honestly, no one ever hits that high.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Spread. Anything can happen in the spreads.
Yeah.
That's when you get pissed
backdoor
off.
covers. Like there's crazy shit that happens.
Bad beats.
Like I lost a ton of money years ago in that Saints playoff game where the guy missed the tackle.
Oh, and the Rams?
Yeah.
Oh no, the Vikings. The Viking game.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had the Saints.
Oh.
And like shit like that. Shit like that happens.
Yeah.
I had a parlay and a straight bet. Like I think I lost like cumulatively, not just what I bet, but what I bet and what I would have won. I think it was like $3,000 on that missed tackle.
Wow.
So shit like that can happen where you have the Saints. You have the Saints -1 or -2 for a play, for a game, and they miss a tackle and they lose by a touchdown.
Yep. Hard to pick the spreads. Very hard. Especially in the early, you don't know what teams are like the first weeks.
Week 1 is really hard. You got to just not go 0-5 week 1.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to look at the lines right now, but I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna take the Steelers plus 3.5.
So the Niners are favored by 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah, that's especially if Bosa's not in there.
Bosa will be in there.
What's going on? Are they going to sign him soon?
Yeah.
I mean, like this week?
It has to be this week.
Yeah, they said they need 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know why they haven't, but yeah, they're not going to let that guy sit out the whole year and lose him. Well, he's still in a contract for 1 more year, so
right.
I don't know what you do. You fine him.
He's basically just holding out. He's saying, I'm not going to play my 4th year until you give me my.
Give him the money.
Yeah.
He's 12. Hey, by the way, he's 12-1 again to win back to back.
Wow. Interesting.
And I don't see like having Hargrave now. If Drake Jackson can play well, you got to have someone on the other side. But he's pretty good chance. Pretty good chance to go back to back. Aaron Donald went back to back. JJ Watt went back to back.
Yeah, true. Wow.
I think he could win. He's still 12-1 right now.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get a few things done, get to bed. But everybody, thanks for joining. Sean, Los,
yeah,
Bora,
thanks for showing up. It's awesome.
And Larry Kruger joining us, having some fun tonight.
Had a full house.
Yeah, we had a full house. Everybody hit that like button that's still left. What's that?
How many likes we got?
Let's take a gander here. Let me look at YouTube.
We got to put that poll in our chat. Have you hit like yet? You know how to do that, Eric?
No, I think you have to do a program through StreamYard to get a poll, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Let's go there.
Have we hit 700 yet?
46 likes.
Yeah, we're at 703 subscribers with 63 likes right now.
63 likes. Very good. Awesome, fellas.
Nice.
Thank you. And
Awesome.
Thanks to Sean, Eric, again, Boralos, and Larry. We'll be back sometime tomorrow. I'm thinking
You're saying 7:30?
7:30, 8 o'clock. Probably we're either going to go at 8 or 4. I just don't know if 4 does anything.
I don't know. On the weekends, it's a little bit different. A weekday, maybe not.
We didn't do that great for the 3 o'clock.
On a Sunday, yeah.
No, today. What did we get? 40?
Yeah, but it wasn't a post game either. It was a pregame.
Yeah, but still, it's alive. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll play by ear.
Giants get swept.
Yep.
I would think so. I predicted a 1-5 trip.
I might bet it, but I might go a little light. I might not get too crazy.
I thought it was a 1-5 trip, but I thought it was going to be they get their one win in Philly. But
you said 1-5?
I did.
I'm definitely betting it now.
Didn't I say 1-5 last week, Eric, on the show?
I think you said that. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you said
I think they're 1-5 trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, everybody.
Peace
Thank you
out.
for joining.
Talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Sean.
Take it easy, Sean.
Thanks, Eric. Roll the music.
Oh, you want to go with the music? I had the music going earlier, and then
it's going to be a quick music, though.
You had to use the facilities.
We're out of here. Thank you.
Yo,